Hello, everybody. Welcome in. Happy Monday of all Mondays. How's it going? How's everybody doing? How was your weekend? Welcome in to several new people. Welcome back for some of you returners. I'm happy to see you as always. Your 17-year-old brother thought you were high, but you were just dehydrated. I see. Yes, dehydration is a real killer. That's why we always have to hydrate. You know, that's why there's a streamer redeem for streamers to hydrate, because we're notoriously bad creatures at it. I already know. Wait, what do I know? What do I know, Aeon? What do I know? You're doing amazing. That's good. You had a good weekend. Oh, how your Monday's going? Oh, true. Yeah. My mod got bonked by her work. She got a little bit too much of that razor sharp wit with that no fucks given personality, and just really just slapped the shit out of a dude at work. You're just now getting out of bed? It's late for you. That's crazy. Dude, honestly though, I'm so wiped out from this weekend, and I didn't do any content things this weekend. I knew going in that I was going to be tired and not have enough mental energy to do planning for this week. And sure enough, last night at 8 p.m. I'm like, if it's not the consequences of my own actions, I'm so tired. We drinking, buddies? I mean, well, then it's fine, right? I'm sure it's fine. But yeah, I see you're sick, Pancake. Oh, that's too bad. Yeah, I had a busy weekend. And I don't know, I don't know if this is the right time to bring this up or not, but it's not a bad time to bring it up. I kind of realized that I gotta start making some changes with how I'm doing content in terms of scheduling and things like that. Because basically for years, so for the first 2 years of streaming, I streamed Monday, Wednesday, Friday after work. And then basically for the last year and a half, I've been streaming during the afternoon on the same days, but for longer. I've been streaming for 5 hours per stream. And in the month leading up to debut, many of you were still here. I took Wednesdays off so that I could make sure that I had all my content planning and all that stuff done, and all everything was prepped and ready, and to give myself just a little bit more mental space. And I think it was surprising to me how much I felt how different that made my mental energy on Tuesdays and Thursdays to not have anything on Wednesdays. And so I think that showed me something valuable, which is that I need to rework the number of hours or the distribution of hours that I'm streaming, because I need to do a lot more stuff for non-live content, YouTube content and stuff like that. And I guess I hadn't quite realized the amount of mental toll that it was taking on me, because on stream is great and really fun, but it was I was just so wiped out the rest of the day, and then wiped out the next day too. You had a job. I don't imagine. Also, welcome in first time. Welcome in, Nami. How's it going? The weekend was great until allergies kicked in. Oh, I'm sorry about that. I'm not one afflicted with allergies. Yes, I had a job for a long time. I worked as a software engineer for 16 years in the same job. So I had a very regular schedule and very regular expected responsibilities and things like that. Yeah, Aeon nailed it with the emote. Yes. So yes, I had a job, and I was streaming after work, and then basically sort of my job ended, and I wanted to take some time to recover. Although Clearly I didn't really do that. But also, like, I wanted to try and give streaming more of a shot, more of a run at it, more hours, like a lot more hours, and try and just do that and see like where I could take things with like not working at a full-time job during the day. And so basically I've made this plan for the whole year. I was sort of expecting it to take a year, and it ended up taking like a year and a half to, you know, like put more hours into stream, put a lot more hours off stream into like video content in terms of like short form and in terms of like long form and all those kinds of things, and like try and grow a lot on like the different platforms and make all that happen while at the same time I was doing like working on this model, right? Because I started this model basically right when my job ended, and so it was a lot. It was a lot, and that was the plan. But here we are, and I gotta like make some adjustments, and I'm sort of going back and forth a little bit on like what kinds of adjustments that I want, because like on the one hand, what I was finding was that after a 5-hour stream, I'm just like wiped out, right? And then the next morning, I'm like still kind of wiped out, and then I'm kind of like get some stuff done in the afternoon, and then I start sort of like thinking about the next day's stream, and then if I stream on Wednesday, then that is the same thing as Monday, and then I'm tired on Thursday, and then I get like partial work done on Thursday, and then I'm starting to like think about and work on the next stream, and then it's Friday, and then it's the same thing again. And so what I realized was that by taking Wednesdays off, I had like, it was more than just one extra day. It's like both my Tuesdays and Thursdays were more productive, and Wednesday was way more productive than that. But however, basically what I'm like thinking about, what I'm tossing around, right, is that I like being here to like keep up with you guys and keep doing things and do more types of things, right? And so I'm sort of like tossing back and forth between going back to 2 days a week of streaming and then more content, or just like maybe a little bit shorter streams, doing Monday, Wednesday, Friday still, but like not doing it for 5 hours a day each time, and like seeing how that works on my mental, because I do feel like that there's something really valuable about being able to build a community around like, you know, like consistent multiple times a week, and, you know, check-ins and come when you can come and stuff like that. But like, yeah, I don't know, like it's kind of, and so here we are on my first like quote unquote real week after debut, and ta-da, I don't know. Does that make sense? Are you like, you get what I'm saying? Like it's really tough. And you're not allowed to leave. You're stuck here with us. You're not allowed to take your allergy meds. Ooh, yikes. Keep getting told the world would be a better place. But you're staying. Oh, yeah, you gotta stick around. Hello. You can't always join stream, but you'll do your darndest to keep your streak going. Oh, thank you, Alex. That's very sweet. Trying not to get flattened by the post-debut burnout, but also trying to grow. You love the model, but haven't been able to pop in during the debut. That's okay. That's totally okay, you know? And yeah, I mean, so like we're trying to work some things out, because like... I don't know, change is hard and it's scary, and I've been like doing this for like quite some time now, but I feel like I need to make some changes, and so like I don't know, and also it's so difficult to like look at full-time streamers and they do it like 6, 7, 8 hours a day, and I'm like, brother, how do you have the mental energy to get anything done if you're live for 8 hours a day, 6 days a week? Like, what the fuck? What the fuck? So I was kind of like training the muscle of being able to be live longer, which to an extent I also did train, like, right, my energy is able to like stay up pretty good for like the full duration. But like the after is just like 6, god damn it. No. Okay, bye, Pokemon boy. Make sure that you rest well. I hope you're feeling better. Yeah, something about my vibe and aesthetic is just so inviting. You don't think I've ever wanted to join every stream of a streamer like this? That's really sweet.
Fuck yes.
It's so easy to second guess yourself, you know? It's so easy to second guess yourself and like wonder if you're doing the right thing, or like if you're I don't know, like if you're enough. And it's really easy to like find people that grow really fast and like also, you know, build like loving communities really fast. And it's like, man, am I just like not like what am I not doing right? You know? So it's really nice to like hear people feel that way. Oh, you're looking at Joel's streams and shriveling inside because he's doing it because he got scammed. Yeah, that happens a lot, unfortunately. Even when you used to stream, it was only for 2 hours. You don't get how people can stream for even 5 hours. Well, it was a big, like, when I went from 2 to 3 hours to like 4 to 5 hours, it was a big adjustment at first. It really was. Ultimately, you do just sort of get used to it. You know, it sort of just becomes your new normal. But even then, even in that case, I don't know, it's tough. You think most of the time there's no right thing. It's just like with friendships, either people like you or they don't, I guess. Yeah. Well, yeah. 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 I don't know. Yeah. It's like, yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Sometimes I like worry that I'm like too comfortable, which like doesn't make sense. But at the same time, it's like, I guess it's like, am I too much like do what you want and can, and then people are like, cool. You know, I don't know. It's really complicated. It's really challenging. He got scammed badly enough that he's been doing 7 to 9 hour streams for most of the week. Jesus, God. I mean, you know, speaking of scams in the VTuber scene, like fucking Bao, I think got scammed out of like 40K. I mean, like so many big VTubers have gotten like completely scammed by outsourcing work for things like merchandise or things like that, and then like it just turns out that it's some guy TM that doesn't actually have any experience and then just takes a lot of money and then just like abandons the project. And then, you know, then you have customers that have all placed all the orders and the money's just gone and there's nothing to show for it. And then the creator's stuck like holding the bag, like, yeah, it's rough. So I don't know. Yeah, that's kind of like, it's like, and I think partly when it comes to like the streaming time and duration thing, it's like, I do think that there's some degree to which a shorter stream, you know, of like a 2-3 hour stream is a little bit easier to like, it's a little bit easier mentally to like plan weird things, because if you assume that we're gonna like chat for an hour and then we do like a weird thing, like anything that you do on stream takes an hour, you know? So you do like a weird thing and that's an hour and you're like, cool, that's 2 hours. Like that's the normal stream length. But if it's like, if you're trying to plan around like 5 hours, you're like, ooh, like, I don't know about that. And even in the, even outside of that, you might be trying to plan it, but you're like, is it gonna be like 1 hour or 2 hours? Or is it gonna be 3 hours? Or like, what's like the proper length of a, like, yeah, I don't know. It's a lot. So yeah, I don't know. I think this week I'm going to try and do 3 shorter streams. Cause like also some weeks I do 4 days cause I do Blood on the Clock Tower on Saturdays. And those are always pretty long. So I don't know. I think I'm going to try and do like 2 to 3 hour streams 3 days this week. And also, I know you said, Aeon, we haven't coordinated. I also want to do a Discord movie night. Like you were doing pre-debut on Wednesday, which means that Wednesday is not only going to be a short stream, but also movie night. So like Discord movie night, let's go. Yeah. So like doing stream into movie night back to back is already going to be a lot also. So anyway, excited to get back to that, but that's kind of like what we're cooking. It's kind of what I've been like tossing around back and forth of like, what is the best allocation of my mental resources? Because like,
fuck yes.
Fuck yes. Yeah. I don't know. I gotta make something work different. You know, but I'm realizing that in order to make something work different off stream, I think I need to make some changes on stream too to accommodate that, because like my energy is just like so wiped out after like long stream days, which is fine. Like I said, I like doing them, and that doesn't mean that they'll never be around. But like maybe I gotta back off that being the fun, because like the thing is, it's like after a long stream, I'm like too wiped out to even clip the stream. And so then that means I'm clipping the stream the next day. So then that's like eating into the work on the next day just to like sort of do cleanup work after stream the same day. So yeah, I don't know. You learned years ago that lawyer attorney is always worth the money. A lot of them will charge cheap rates for a quick scan of contracts. You think a couple $100 for a lawyer is bad? That's cheaper than being stuck down. Oh yeah. The problem with a lot of the like VTuber scams is like, the money's just gone, right? Like you could sue them, but first of all, then you'd be stuck in court. I think a lot of it, unfortunately, a lot of the legal system ends up working against people where it's like, sure, technically you could like sue somebody for it, but if it's just some dude and they've already spent the money, like you're gonna waste dozens and dozens and dozens and dozens of hours taking it to court and thousands of dollars paying for a lawyer to take it to court. And then at the end, you're going to get nothing out of it because the other person's like broke. And it's just like, ultimately, a lot of the time people just, you still end up holding the bag for it in a lot of ways where like you still have to make it right for the customers, even though it's not your fault. It's rough. You want a petition for me to stream once a week in European time just for you? Thanks. Well, I don't know. It's tough. I actually tried streaming earlier in the day. But like, the closest to that is on Saturdays. The Clock Tower games are like European evening. That's about the best I can do, unless I start really early in the morning. And I'm not a morning person. I'm a night owl, okay? I'm one of those like chronically up late. I get some of my best like I don't know. I can like get into the zone easier when I'm doing video editing and stuff, like late at night. And but like, damn, the morning, it's fucking zombie hours, all right? It's zombie hours. Oh, man. But anyway, yeah, I guess I just wanted to like talk to you guys about that a little bit and see like how you felt about like shorter streams 3 times a week versus longer streams twice a week. I think the other thing it makes sense. I know. The vampire is so on brand. It's so on brand. It's 11 p.m. for you. Yeah. Well, that's still pretty late for a start. The Clock Tower games start 2 hours before this though, so that's not so bad. You'll see me in Discord at like 6 a.m. Well, your 6 a.m. is my 3 a.m. It's not quite as bad, but it's a little bad. It's a little bad, if I'm being honest. You've been told that you should really consider streaming during JP hours because the odds are good. You need to be up really early anyway for people meeting in Asia. True. Like, true. Listen. I'm saying 3 a.m. is still bad, but it's not as bad as 6. It's not as bad as if I stayed up until 6 a.m. See, the real problem is when I see some of my other content friends and they're still up at 6, like in the morning, like when we're like, if I'm in a Discord with some other creator friends and we're like playing some Overwatch games at like midnight and then we keep playing and it's like 2 a.m. I'm like, bitch, it's 5 a.m. for you. You live on the East Coast. Like, what is wrong with you? That's insane. You gotta ask to get your shift adjusted for October so you can do some Honda action. Ooh, that sounds fun. You're closing? Oh, damn. Yeah, that sucks. Sometimes low key, I feel like I would be suited for night shift work, other than the fact that then it makes it so difficult to like socialize with people in the evening because that's just your work hours. I think that's like the hardest part for sure. You who stayed up for 24 hours before. I mean, I've done it. I've stayed up for 24 hours. I'm just saying like it happens often enough. It's not just a one-off. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just saying, this is not their like rare occasion. This is they do this all the time. You've woken up right as your brother was going to bed on multiple occasions. Time zones and sleep schedules. It's true. They are crazy. They're insane. I don't know, man. Yeah, well, and honestly, that is one of the things that I kind of felt like I was fighting with a little bit when I was doing it after work, because it's like, I couldn't start stream very reliably before 7 p.m. my time, which is 10 p.m. Eastern. So if my start time is 10 p.m. for people, and then like for Europe, it's, you know, it would be like friggin' like 6 a.m. or whatever. I don't know what that translates to, but like at least sometimes like the being on the West Coast is great, but like sometimes if you have to start like after work, for you, it's like bedtime for over half the country. It's crazy. It's crazy. Because all the streams are in America, you stay awake till 6 or 7 a.m. because of European time. Yeah, I thought you might be European based on some of our interactions. So I was surprised that you were here quite late in some of those streams. What a Chad. What a Giga Chad. I'm plus 8 to 9 hours from Europe. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, that's like, I don't know, it's rough. I like having a time slot that works for everybody, and that works really well. And honestly, I kind of think that might be part of the reason that so many big streamers live on the West Coast, or maybe in Texas, because they can stream during work hours, but it's only like work hours for part of the country, and the rest of the country, it's like after work. And so they can like stream during the middle of the day, but it's actually like population wise, like a much better time for people. Cause it's like, you know, if somebody on the West Coast streams at noon, you know, it's basically the hour of like everybody slacking off at work at 3 on the East Coast, you know? So like, I wonder how big of an impact that has on that type of thing where you can kind of like schedule max by if it's like your only job. Yeah, it's 2:40 p.m. for you right now. Holy, wait, oh, 2:40 p.m. Oh yeah, yeah, me too. West Coast, best coast. We should just get rid of time zones. Let a few countries have their days at night, and that would be so metal. That would be pretty metal. That actually kind of reminds me of the whole daylight savings time thing. It's like every couple years they talk about how they're going to pass the law, and I guess they did it again this year, where they're getting rid of, or they're making daylight savings time permanent. And the problem with that is that it's very like, it makes days really bad for a large swath of the country where your daylight hours are like, yeah, so if you set it on permanent daylight hours, you realize that our like dawn is at like 9 a.m., right? like you realize that, right? Like, so it's like, it is one of those things that is like, everybody seems to hate daylight savings time and the switch over, but at the same time, because of the size of our country and our geography, it actually is like really shitty, like if you set it one way or the other permanently, and there's not really a good solution for it. It kind of sucks. If you live up north, if you live in the south, it doesn't make that big of a difference. But like, East Coast has Disney World and crack. I've been to Disney World, by the way, fun fact, several times. Yeah. Parts of Europe get up in the dark and go home from work in the dark. Yeah. I mean, that's what it's like here in the winter. Like in Washington, like it's only light during work hours and it's dark before and after. And daylight savings at least kind of helps that, but not enough. And it gets even crazier. Fallback is fine. It's spring forward that sucks. Well, yeah, but like that's the thing is I think they're talking about the spring forward being permanent. And then it makes your like falls insanely dark because of the hour. I don't know. It's baffling. It's confusing. Yeah, that's how it's like in Canada. Yep. Canada's the same. Yeah, because I live on the north, like I live close to the top north of America, or of the United States. So I'm like not very far from Canada's border, which is where 90% of Canada's citizens live is on the border. So yeah, I'm like pretty close to Canadian daylight hours. That was really funny during the World Cup was all of the people like traveling to our area and being like, what do you mean it's still like daylight at 10 p.m.? What is happening here? And it's like, yeah, man, the farther north you get, the later it stays daylight in the summer and the later it stays night in the evening or in the winter. Like it do be that way. But it's funny because I've lived here my whole life. So to me, that's just like how it is. That's just normal. That's just normal hours for me. But it was very funny, like watching people just be dumbfounded by how light it was at like 9:30 p.m. Yeah, gotta love going to work at twilight and heading home at dawn. Oof. You hate it when you wake up and it's dark and then you get back from work and it's dark again. See, I'm actually like okay with that. Surprise, I'm a creature of darkness. I am fine with that. I'm fine with that. I like it. I like the evenings more than I like the daytime. If I could live in a dark, shady, shadowy cave, I would. We keep the lights off in our house a lot of the time because we have enough light from like monitors and things like that, or ambient daylight. You remember when a ton of people were in your small town back when we had the eclipse? Oh yeah. The eclipse was a big deal. You currently live in Ontario. Okay. You used to live in northern Saskatchewan. Oh, ooh. Northern Saskatchewan. Okay. Yep. I'm actually a vampire confirmed. I know. When that whole thing came out about the therapist talking about how there's like an archetype of person that feels like they don't belong unless they're formally invited. And I was like, oh, that's me. And somebody was like, yeah, because you're a vampire, right? And I'm like, yeah, that's why. Like, the lore is so good. It's so good. Hi, Sakura. How are you doing? How's it going? We need a second set of time zones running perpendicular to the current ones. Dude, make it a whole grid of time zones. That would be sick. It'd be awful, but like, it'd be sick. I think it's in like in Arizona that is so fucky wucky because Arizona doesn't do daylight savings time, but some of the Native American lands do daylight savings time. But then like, but some of those are close to the border of another state that also does daylight savings time. So you can like sandwich daylight savings time and non-daylight savings time on imaginary lines that are right next to each other. And you're like, if you're like booking, reservations or whatever, and they give you like times, you're like, wait, but is it, but wait, but which, which time is it? You should do like India and make the whole country one time zone. That would be so bad. Like, think about the difference in 3 hours of light. Like, imagine the East Coast was on West Coast time. Like, imagine how long it would be dark. You're like, that would be insane. You'd be getting up at like 4 a.m. or like whatever. Oh my God. Yeah, the seasonal depression starter pack. Yeah, it's a pretty common problem where I live. The seasonal affective disorder. I don't have it. I'm very fortunate that I don't have it. I know a lot of people that like move here and then they're like, oh my God, it's so gorgeous during the summer, which it is. And then they get to fall and winter and they're like, it's been 84 years since I've seen the sun, my lord. And they just they McFucking lose it. They cannot deal with it. Especially because like the Pacific Northwest has a reputation for being rainy all the time. And that's not really accurate. It's that it's gray all the time. We have like, I checked it I checked it like a couple months ago. We have like 270 days of clouds a year. It's like 270 or 280 days a year of like cloudy skies. So it's not so much that we rain the most, but it's like always covered in rain clouds. It rains harder in most of the world than it does here. It's just always gray all the time. It's very similar to the UK. Having been to the UK, it's very similar. We're even on a similar latitude, I think. It's exactly. Has a misty, not fully fog. Yeah, exactly. Germany in general is depressing. Yeah. Yes, the Germans are uniting in my chat. Yes. Yeah. We do have full fog. It's just not as often. It's pretty much exclusively during like October. We get some fog. But yeah, we have like mist and we have like full like gray cloud cover that blots out the sun, but it's not like dark. It's just like light gray everywhere, which I actually kind of like because you can walk outside without your sunglasses on and you get like fully lit up, but like, I don't know, I think it looks fine. It's the Germans! Schweiling. Then there's Pensacola, home to one of the best beaches in the US. Guten Tag. Yeah. My guess is that frequent mist is what's watering the plants, but it also means you need wool or you feel the cold in your bones. It's not that cold where I live, per se. It's pretty temperate. When it does get cold, it's pretty cold, though, because of that. Because of the, like, moisture and condensation in the air. We definitely get, like, a lot of dew in the mornings. And like, also, because it's cloud covered, it also means that the sun isn't, like, drying the plants up as much, you know? Like, when it's summer and all the clouds are gone, it's like all of our plants are like, what is this deathly laser from the sky? What is it doing to me? Father, please. So like, yeah, I don't know. We get like a decent amount of rain. It's just not hard. It's just like, light, low rain a lot of the time. Yeah. You really don't know how people get polar night deal with it? You mean like do you mean like up in like Alaska or like literally up in the poles, or what do you mean by polar night? Not familiar with that term. Bow, 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 bow. Yes, also, I know I said it before, but we added the twerking emote just for you guys, okay? Just don't report me to Twitch, okay? Then we'll be fine. We can stay safe in obscurity, okay? Who was it that said that they really found it attractive when I squinted and that they thought that I was singling them out from squinting? Because I'm realizing that I'm doing it and it has nothing to do with them. It's just how I am. It's just how I am. When the sun stays down. Oh, yeah. So like up in Alaska and stuff like that. Yeah. It rains so much where you're at. Sometimes you get some flooding. Yeah. You tried learning German, but you studied opera first. Yes, that would make sense. Yeah. Yeah. Oh God, speaking of the way of people speak, I got tagged into a conversation on so somebody put on Twitter that they were like, why did Americans just hallucinate that we say nar? No Australians say nar, and everybody in the comments was just lighting them the fuck up. They're like, you 1000% say nar. Like, I'm sorry to inform you, you know, you absolutely have an R sound that creeps into there. And somebody like came with receipts and they had a video where they like cut out the surrounding word sounds and they had like all these intrusive R's in there. And I just made a comment that like British or like UK and Australian accents both have an intrusive R when they have two vowel sounds next to each other. In the same way that in English, generally in all English, you know, it's a if you know, you say like I have a blueberry because the next word starts with a consonant, but it's an orange or an apple because you put an N there if it's a vowel sound that comes next. And they do the same thing with R's. So they'll say like let's see. In America, there was, they would say that, but they would be like, America is, you know, they put that R in there at the end of America, or like law and order. If you just had them say like law, they'd be like law. And then you're like, okay, say law and order. And they're like, law and order. You're like, brother. And they're like, oh, no, I'm not. No, I'm not. They're so mad. They're like so mad that you pointed out, but it's 1000% true. Welcome in, Anya. Welcome in. Welcome in. Welcome in, Wiredale. Welcome in. Hold on. Hello. Hello. Welcome in, Raiders. Hello. Wait. Let's see. Playing Overwatch. Playing over. Were you guys playing together? Were you queued up? Were you stacked? Thank you for the raid. Thank you for joining me. If you're not familiar with me, I am Greibach, Cyber Vampire, Elder Millennial Gamer, Unk Core, Unk Maxing Gamer, Yapper Extraordinaire, and we're just kind of chilling right now. We're yapping, and then we're gonna be playing a game called Demon Bluff this afternoon, which I got brought onto by a friend because he knows that I love playing Blood on the Clock Tower, the greatest social deduction game ever created. And it's basically a single player game, roguelite, Blood on the Clock Tower, kind of. Also, welcome in Aya. Hello. Oh, I see you were playing Overwatch also. Yeah, were you guys a triple stack? Welcome in. They don't stop. They're just coming in over and over again. Welcome in. How is everybody doing today? I'm just gonna wait for just a second. Okay, Aya, can you tell me, are there more of you? Are there? Should I wait for the raid speech? Can you cue me in so I don't say it 4 more times? It's true. I do love my Overwatch. I do love the overtilt. It's true. I know. I have an abusive relationship with Overwatch. All right, I'll do my little spiel again. Welcome in, Raiders. I am Greibach, Cyber Vampire, Unk Gamer, Yapper Extraordinaire, and we like to keep things comfy, cozy, and have a lot of fun discussions, sharing our passions and what we love in the world, sparking the joy of you know, enjoying the small things in life, and keep things positive and fun and silly. And we're kind of just yapping right now. You love the raid animation? Thank you. Yeah. So how are your games? How'd you guys do? How did it go? Tell me about it. I've played multiple thousands of hours of Overwatch. I regret to inform you. I feel like everybody that plays Overwatch is like, yeah, man, this game. Ooh. You love my model? Thank you, Lovesick. Thank you. It is, it's brand new. It's right out the package. I worked on it for 1.5 years to debut this model, which I debuted it just 2 weeks ago. So it's still all fresh and new in people's minds, even though I've been looking at all of the artwork and live 2D animation and everything of it for 1.5 years now at this point. But thank you. I love becoming my true, incredible cyber vampire self, you know? You just got back into it and it pissed me off, but like in a fun way. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, every Overwatch player knows exactly what we're talking about here. We can, you know, listen, since we got so many new people, we can show off the face rigging a little bit because all of the rigging is good. But the face in particular is like, whoo, it's so good. Mama cooked, okay? She's a fucking Michelin star chef when it comes to rigging. But yes, anyway, I have a love-hate relationship with Overwatch in that I love to play it even though it makes me hate myself. The lips. I'm so calm right now. Yeah. He lied as easily as he breathed. Yeah. Respectfully, I am feral. You know what? That's good. We love passionate people, okay? We love passion here. Being an Overwatch player looks like an abusive relationship from the outside, but it's less abusive than being a League player. 100%. I pretty much use the same lexicon when I'm talking about Overwatch as I do talking about League, except that like League, I talk about it like I'm a recovered addict. I literally say that I'm on the wagon. I've been clean and sober for 14 years from League. You know what I mean? Whereas like Overwatch, it's those like relationships where you don't want to live near them because like you hear them shouting at each other at night and you're like, bitch, go to bed. Oh my God. You can tell some of the most out of pocket, unhinged, thirsty things about this model right now. Do it. Do it, coward. Do it, you won't. This model is good, but Greibach will forever be missed. Yeah, rest in pepperoni. Hit us? Wait, hold on. You can't see the beautiful face rigging? What do you mean by that? What do you mean by that? Are you too busy staring at something else? Some other parts of this model that got you like really Oh, you want it zoomed in more? I see. Whoa. Twitch won't let you watch the stream on anything more than 360. Oh no, that's tragic. Unfortunate. The bingo bongos. That's right. We've got nightclub Gry here. All right. We got the fancy waiter. All right. Oh, the arms. Oh, I know, right? And the RGB goes all the way down. That's right. You only ever put a lot of time into Old Republic. Oh, Swartor? Yeah. Staring disrespectfully? Do it. You know what? That's fine. All the people that I see going to Off-Guy that are like, I'm shy, woo, to show my face, and then they're the most fucking drop dead 10 out of 10s you've ever seen. Insane work, okay? Something light to start off the thirst train. You want him to cup my chin with his hand like that wine glass? Hey, yo. Nice. Nothing holy to say, so I'm not gonna say anything. This isn't a holy place, okay? All right. This is an unholy place. What about night mode washboard? Oh, you want me to like change where I'm zoomed in on and then you know, make it dark? Is that what you're saying? Are you really trying to get me to like show off like that in front of chat, in front of all these new people? I mean, I'll do it. Like, we can do it. We can make it happen, okay? But hold on. We can make it happen, okay? Listen, we got the cheese graters, all right? We got the washboard, okay? We got the cum gutters, okay? We got... Oh my. Wait a minute. What did he just call those? Excuse me? Can you say that again, sir? You want this as your redeem? It's been several streams where you've asked to show this off. It's gonna be expensive, Aeon, okay? Listen. When I'm doing it on my own, that's one thing. But when you guys want to be able to like play dress up Ken doll, then like, listen, I know that I'm Kenuff, okay? Hey, what's up, big autistic Meowsta? What's up? Long time no see. This is the least Christian Minecraft server. It's pretty true. The wings too. Yeah, I know. We got the hip wings. Okay. Nothing sluttier than a little bit of hip wings. You know what I'm saying? Like they're pretty slutty. All right. We got, you know, listen, you guys are powering me up. All right. The sparks are flying. Yeah, man, I feel like you can appreciate the body rigging like so much more with the shirt off, because like all of those curved surfaces, like really getting the workout, like the arms, the biceps, like the shoulder, like look at the shoulder and elbow movement. Okay. Like behold. Okay. Behold. All right. Behold like this face. Okay. We beholden. Yeah. What shirt? Never wore a shirt. Never met him. Yeah, that's right. Mox has hip wings. You're goddamn right. Salty really didn't have to go that hard on the torso rigging. Yes, she did. That's why I paid for the top tier, okay? Yes, she did. I know, I will say also, it's partly because the art came with it, you know? Like the art came with many, many, many layers. Yeah, I could be like, my face is up here, y'all. What if I did a stream just like this, where I'm just like literally only my mouth and like only my mouth is visible on my head, and then, you know, you can just like stare right at my chest, like brand new. Yeah. Oh, huh. Interesting. Found a mistake. It's fine. Every once in a while you find something. Yeah. Zungi cooks so hard. Wait, you want to bite him so bad? Damn. I mean, listen, we are in a vampires chat. All right. That's okay. We can allow that kind of discourse. All right. Thank you, Twitch, for giving me back my resolution. Oh my God. Amazing. Incredible. Yeah, wait, hold on. I'm just gonna write it to Salty right now. You guys can just stare at this while I type to my rigger and tell her that I found a tiny weeny little. Doesn't loop properly on my skin. Clothes layers are all okay. When it takes 3 months to find a little thing. Okay, all right, amazing, incredible. All right, welcome back. What are you guys talking about? Anna's a woman for the people. Yeah, she is. She knows what you want. All right. Your cat is having the zoomies in the background. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Listen. Part of the fun of this model was, you know, we got to age it up a little bit. Okay. We got to be a little bit more like actual vampire Bach and not like shonen Bach. Okay. All right. The last model was like very shonen, or like, God help us, shoujo. Although not really shoujo because I wasn't tall enough. I've seen you shoujo artists. I've seen those lanky boys that you put in those anime and manga. Okay, hold on. We can turn the lights back on. There we go. There we go. The twink is gone. I know. Rest in peace. He's gone. He's disappeared forever. I feel like if I ever make a redeem to bring back 1.0, it'll be like, I don't know, like 75 or 100,000 points or something like that. And the crazy part is like my mods can afford that. Some of you can afford that. And I actually don't want you to redeem that for a while. So it's fine. You genuinely saw nothing. Don't worry about it. It's fine. It's fine. Okay. We built a model to be thirsted after. Okay. I like it. I like positive attention. Okay. I like positive feedback. Praise me more. All you can say is daddy. I mean, sorry, daddy. I mean, my 1.0 is my human disguise. I just evolved like a Pokemon. Okay. All right. Should cost a ton, and no, I won't let chat have it for free. Absolutely not. Never. Cannot. If it was free, I would just start the stream that way. Okay. I'd just start the stream that way. It occurs to me that like some of the raiders probably have never seen 1.0. Which is very funny. Which is very funny to me. This being my first impression is like something I haven't gotten used to, I guess. Sorry. When I take a drink, I have a big mug with my face on it. Yeah, you can click them. You can do exclamation point merch to buy one for yourself. No, but it blocks my camera, so my face kind of goes. 1.0 is how you found me on YouTube Shorts. See, there you go. There you go. Let's go. Let's go. Yeah. Anyway, unfortunately, Big Daddy Twitch is going to make us run ads here in just a minute. So I'm just giving you guys a little bit of a warning there. Yeah. I hope everybody had a great weekend. Oh, by the way, you burnt your pizza. Oh no, or nor. Did you get distracted? Was something keeping your attention? Did you ignore the dinger going off? Were you drooling? God, imagine I made a drool toggle. We saw some other dingers, all right. Some real whammer jammers, some real dingadongers. Yeah, that's right. You don't have money to buy a sub because university is expensive. That's okay. I appreciate you being here most of all. Thank you. And I love everybody. Listen, all viewers are loved. I love all of you that are spending your time with me, listening to me yap and unk max and whatever. I especially love people that like talking, because I love talking. Talking in discourse is like my favorite part of streaming. I love talking to you guys. If any of you are afraid to speak up, I promise I'll be gentle. Lavender, thank you for the gifted sub to Chronically AFK. Thank you, Lavender. Aw. Big gifter, Lavender. Lavender likes to give gifts because she's very sweet. Bow. Hopefully you won't get gambling ads again. Yeah, exactly. See, this is how you get the no ads. Yeah, exactly. That's all the world is anymore. Oh my God, I know. That's all Twitch can afford. Anyway, we'll be right back making sure that you water yourself and unhydrate yourself because, yeah, you're already in ads. Sorry. that big old stretch. Listen, okay, I see you guys are just trying to start a hype train on me. Who did that? Who did that? Who started this? Who did this? You still miss the old song, gave you Digimon World. Yeah, I mean, the old song was really good too. I have no, oh my God, Lavender with the 100 bits. Thank you so much. Thank you. Yes, okay, yes, sorry. Catching up on chat. Also, welcome to my domain, Kirby424. Welcome in. I hope you enjoy your stay here. Yes, indeed. Thank you. How's everybody doing? Yeah. I keep saying that. I meant to like talk about what I did this weekend, because I went to the Ren Fair and also saw the Odyssey, like back to back, which was exhausting, it turns out. So like I I did some things this weekend. We never even got to them. I will say though, you know, I'm gonna slightly throw Aeon under the bus. You're excited to hear about the Ren Fair? Yeah. I showed Aeon a picture of myself dressed up in my gear. You ought to see these nuts. Yeah, you're goddamn right. And how long is the movie? It's like 3 hours. But so yeah, I was feeling a little bit whimsical, and I decided to take a picture, a full-on selfie of myself wearing some armor pieces and like old you know, like shirt, and I don't know exactly what you would call the like cover top that's like a thick, like padded fabric. Not a full Gambeson, but anyway, I took a picture of it and I sent it to Aeon, our mod. And I did not censor my face, and the only thing that she said was, "I have thoughts on your outfit." Aeon's like, actually, I've got the receipts for how inaccurate your disguise is. It's so funny. It's so funny. I did not actually ask. I did not want her to be mean to me. It's missing a key bit. It's what's the key bit it's missing? Is it missing the chess piece? I'm working on it. Oh, the Gambeson? Yeah, I mean, true. I've also been like looking for like a leather breastplate, you know? But listen, what have I got to say? I can only buy them at, that's not quite true, but like Ren Fair is the best place to buy them, and there's only so many that are like actually high quality, well-made pieces of work. So I've been constrained by what I've been able to put together at Ren Fair, okay? All right? We're working on it. It's a multi-year project, okay? It's a multi-year project that we're working on, okay? All right, yeah. I'm missing bits like a peasant. The stuff doesn't fit me correctly. Which part? Wait, which part doesn't fit me correctly? I actually think, is it the pauldrons? Because those are partly like pushed up because both my hands were like both my shoulders were raised to take the picture. Yeah. Hi, you're on a walk. You hope the stream goes well. Hi, Apollo. How's it going? I love causing this crash out in chat. It's so funny. Medieval peasant cry. No, it's true. It's true. It's true. I need a proper fitting. Which part didn't fit properly? It's not far off. The CAC W sound is like remarkably close to my wheezing laugh, okay? It's remarkably close. Also, speaking of CAC W, I've been trying to get the like Greibach CAC W that has my hair photoshopped onto the face approved by the Franker face, and it's been like 4 days now. And they haven't approved it yet, which is making me salty because I want to just replace my chat's CAC W. All of it? Wow. Wow. Okay. Yeah, listen. I can't afford to have Aeon gear me out. Are you kidding me? Yeah, I was also being vulnerable, okay? All right. It's amazing. It's so funny. Anyway. But we had fun at the fair. It was good. It was actually really good weather. It was like only 74 or 75, which is down like 5 to 10 degrees from days immediately preceding it. So it was actually like pretty reasonable temperature. She's so mad, chat. She's so mad. Anyway, yeah, no, it was good weather, which was really nice. It was pretty typical, I would say. They did a better job of like organizing it this year because in the past it was kind of how would I describe it? Kind of like city blocks where there were like it was grid based, I guess I would say, which like a convention is, you know, but at a certain point it kind of like all blends together that way. Whereas this year they actually sort of made it like a winding path. So it kind of like moved like a serpentine path, which gave it a lot more organic of a feeling. But then they had cross throughs. So you could basically walk in a straight line to get from end to end by like cutting through like little side areas between tents. And then those cross throughs are where they put the like bathrooms and stuff like that. So it was actually like really well designed, where it was kind of like maximizing for nicer aesthetic and easier to keep track of where you were. Because of the fact that it was sort of a serpentine layout, it was actually a little bit easier to remember where shops were instead of just being on a giant grid. So they did a really good job of that, both with like the cut throughs, because basically we just took the slow walk all the way from one end to the other and like shopped as we went. And then when we got to the far end, we just took the cut through back. And, you know, it only took us like 10 minutes to walk through the cut throughs instead of like walking, you know, arduously back and forth and switchbacking. And yeah, like it was a really good layout. Lots of fun stuff. You actually really want to go to one someday? They're all so far from you. That's unfortunate. Yeah. If you can find one close, it's definitely fun. Like it's definitely really fun. Really, I think that in general, like a Ren Fair as opposed to a, what would you call it? Like a reenactment or whatever is very loose. And so you get everything from like, like really, really legitimately good, you know, like full recreations of armor or whatever, all the way to like fantasy, like very, like there was definitely like full video game cosplay of like characters from say like The Witcher or things like that. Or my personal favorite is when people do like fantasy Star Wars. So they like dress as stormtroopers, but they're like in medieval clothing painted to look like stormtroopers. I think is like a very funny gimmick, you know, and they have like crossbows instead of you know, whatever. So there's some like really creative, and then there's everything in between, you know, really informal, you know, people like me that are just wearing things that they've picked up over the years at the Ren Fair, you know, things like that. And it's a lot of fun. Your faves are when Zelda or Doctor Who or Star Trek people are showing up. Oh, that's fun too. Yeah. It's really fun to just like see the different kinds of outfits that people put on. And of course, many people don't feel pressured to like have an outfit, because I certainly didn't for years, you know. Although it's kind of funny, literally as I was walking in to like check in, what do you call it? the I don't know if there's a specific name for it, because I know that there's specific names for other like types of them. But the leather on my that was like holding my sword attached to my belt like broke on one of them, like right in front of the security guy, and then he basically like zip tied it up because they like peace bond the weapons so that you can't actually draw the swords at the fair, which is, you know, valid. And then like while I was walking around in the fair, the other one broke. So both of the rings that were holding my sword up broke at the same fair, which was kind of insane that both of them failed at the same, like within an hour of each other. You want to have Renaissance era people would consider modern day Ren fairs? No, get started, Aeon, do it. You shall arrive wearing a cloak, a horse mask, and wielding your lightsaber. I think it'd be fine. No! How heavy was the sword? I don't know. It's a real sword, so probably 5 to 7 pounds? I don't know. Aeon, what's a normal longsword weigh? I haven't ever weighed it. I'm just like guesstimating based on having lifted weights in the past. Probably 7 pounds, maybe? I don't know. Something like, maybe 10. I don't know. Of course, the scabbard is like a little heavy too. Like it was a pretty decent. You have multiple academics in your inbox just for Ren era. God damn it, Yam. God. 5 to 7 pounds is fine. Okay. It's probably around that. Yeah, it's a little hard to tell, especially because like, you know, swords are long. So like lifting a sword isn't the same as lifting like a dumbbell in terms of like weight. Yeah. So something like that. And then like probably a couple more from the scabbard too, because the scabbard's like made of wood, like wood and leather. So yeah, I don't know. It probably all told combined is like 10 pounds or maybe a little bit more than that. Yeah, anyway, so it was funny because Wifebach was like, oh, should we take it back to the car? And I was like, no, we're at the Ren Fair. Of anywhere to have my swords, like holster rings break. I am certain we will find like a sword frog, or it's called a frog, right? Is like the thing that you holster a sword in. But is that only for a specific type? Depends on the style of sword in the region. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, it was, I was like, no, it's fine. Surely I can buy a new one to attach it to my belt. It's fine. Metal quality plays a major role. True. Yeah, true. When your stepdad left many years ago, he had a cane sword. Ooh, cane swords are sick. Just make sure, because almost every one of these fairs will like make you secure it so that you can't draw the blade. So I guess make sure that you declare that. You don't want to cause an incident, you know? Yeah. But anyway, yeah, it was fun. Do they have the large turkey legs? Yes. I did not eat there though. It was one of those things. So we saw the Odyssey on Saturday night at 7 p.m., which meant that we got home at like 10:30 p.m. And so we like did not lay out our stuff. And I did not. So all of my stuff was on a mannequin that I have, which like undressing a mannequin from medieval clothing and swords and stuff like that is inconvenient. And so like basically by the time we dug out all of our stuff and like got it all put on, and we spent like an hour and a half like dressing before we went, and then we went, and then we walked for a couple hours, and then it was like, okay, so it's like 5 p.m. Do we want to like eat? Because we ate before we went. So I was like, do we want to eat here, or are we just like kind of a little footsore? And like, you know, Wifebach was wearing a corset, and you know, I was wearing, you know, my sword and armor and stuff like that. And it was like, or do we want to just like take a leisurely walk back and then just drive home and order food from the king's finest? So we ended up not eating there, even though I have eaten there and the food is good. But yeah, this year we didn't eat there. Was it a good movie? Yeah, I was going to talk about that too. How would you secure a cane sword? I'm not sure exactly what the mechanisms for a cane sword is. There's a reason why JP swords aren't typically huge because meanwhile in Europe there are multiple attempts at Brigficken swords because they could. Yeah, with the steel quality. Yeah. My understanding is that like Japanese steel was like not that good, and that's also part of the reason that they did the folded steel, I think, question mark, for that reason. So yeah. There's a giant Japanese sword. It's not meant to be used in combat, but it was a yeah. The king of burger? No, not that. No, we just ordered delivery. We had fried chicken. I'm not gonna say what brand because it's somewhat of a local brand. So I don't want to give like doxable information about places that are close enough to order delivery from. But you know, yeah, got local fried chicken. It was very good. Good way to cap off the evening. And then it was like, oh God, I have to make plans for stream for next week. I can't gatekeep the good food. I can gatekeep the good food. In fact, I can. I can drop the portcullis, you know, raise the drawbridge. Besides, they don't have it where you live, so they don't have it where you live, Wailing. I know this for a fact. I've started when I like talk about restaurants, I've started Googling them ahead of time to see how localized they are, because I actually realize I don't know. Like, I don't know brands or things like that don't exist in other states. And I'm like, oh, because, you know, if I said like I got Burger King or McDonald's, that means nothing, right? Like, there's so many Burger King and McDonald's everywhere that it could be anywhere. But if I'm like, I got it at this restaurant, they're like, there's only 4 of those in your state. And you're like, oh, never mind. Am I winning? I am winning, Draco. I am. However, so Odyssey was very good. I liked it a lot. It was very intense. I was not very up to date on my Odyssey. I have not read the Odyssey for legitimately like 30 years. No, 20 years. I haven't read the Odyssey for like 20 years. I honestly don't remember a lot of it. I just remember like vaguely. But it was, I enjoyed it. It was very intense. And what I was thinking about it was that it was an interesting take on it, because they didn't do that thing where, okay, I guess what I'll say first is it is a very, it's a very grounded movie in a very mythological setting, if that makes sense. It's very much not trying to portray the characters as like crazy superhuman or like super badass. They're competent, you know, they're whatever, but it's like they very much portrayed it as like what happens when like regular fucking dudes you know, like wash up and get into a Cyclops' cave. Like, oh, it's bad. It's not great. It's not awesome. But they didn't do that thing where they like depicted it in a way where you think that it's just people like telling it up, right? They depicted it like all of the mythological things like really happened, right? And didn't pretend to like, I don't know, like superstitionify it, if that makes sense. But also, again, like portrayed it in like a really, like kind of a really like human way instead of like action star way, which was really satisfying. So I really enjoyed it. And they placed a lot of emphasis on the like human experience and on the journey, so to speak, as you might imagine. Less heroic, more realism, and yet in a world where they're like actively depicting mythological things, right? But so it was very interesting, and I really liked sort of the I like very much, they had a lot of focus on sort of like the like horrors of war, you know, like they didn't make it cool. They didn't like make it badass. They were like, actually war is awful. And that had like a major through lines for the movie in terms of like the characters and the plot and the like messaging. And there was a lot of focus on Troy, and not necessarily in terms of like screen time of Troy, but in the after effects of that happening. And it was very, I thought it was very well told and very satisfying. It was very interesting. Guys being dudes, yeah. Everything you've heard sounds like the film is in conversation with the work. The original is like how your grandpa might tell you how things happen. The movie is like how your mother might. You haven't seen it yet, though? Interesting. Humans in the lands of gods and monsters. Yeah, but like, again, not in the way where like I feel like a lot of movies about like Greece and about you know, like Greek mythology and things like that, like play it up as being like cool. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? Whereas like it wasn't supposed to be cool here. It was supposed to be like terrifying. You know what I mean? Like, does that make sense? I don't know how to explain it other than that. But like what would feel realistic to the original audience of the myth? Yeah, it's a different framing than the original. Yeah, and like, so it was very interesting. And so I watched like a YouTube video of a Greek, like a Greek archaeologist that was talking about the movie. And he had a lot of interesting things to say about like how every generation sort of like retells and reinterprets the Odyssey, and that in a lot of ways, maybe it's not exactly that it's like faithful to the original, but that it's a very good adaptation of the story and like of modern struggles and morals and things like that through like a lens of the Odyssey, which is, I think I would agree with. And so I think that he liked it in those terms where it's like, you know, there were certain things where he's like, I wish they got more time with like these scenes or whatever, but it's like at the same time, it's a 3-hour-long movie. You know what I mean? Like there's only so much movie you can put in this movie. I did quite like it. Yeah. How do they portray the gods in the story? It depends on which god, to be honest. I'll get into that in a second. Apparently, Mr. Nolan made the composer use period action instruments. Ooh, that's cool. You know, I have to say, I wasn't focusing as much on the music. I normally pay a little bit more attention to that, but the movie was really loud. The movie was really loud, which is not surprising. It's a Nolan film. And a lot of the time it was very much in service to how like terrifying things are with like a big battle or like big storms, like it was very appropriate. Like the volume felt very appropriate, but it was very intense because of it. And I will say I would say one of the main words I would use to describe the film in general is intense. The storms are intense. The battles are intense. The emotions are intense. The themes are intense, but not in a bad way. But it was like you kind of came out of the theater feeling a little like shell shocked, but like that was good. Yeah, it's like you came out and you're like, wow, that was good, but like, wow, I need to like chill out for a while. Nolan enjoys the blah. How much Nolan BS did the movie have? I wouldn't say that there was particularly any Nolan BS as far as I think of it. Maybe I should be reminded on what exactly goes into Nolan BS, but I found it to be like just in general like a good movie. It wasn't trying to be like crazy with the source material or something like that. But as to how they portrayed the gods, interestingly, they did not give, they gave only one god, no, two gods. Wait, hold on. Let me check something. I'm a little bit unclear on one of the characters. Okay, there were two gods. Sorry. There were two gods that were portrayed directly, and the others were portrayed in terms of their direct impact on the story, if that makes sense. hold on. Right. Okay, great. Fantastic. So they, I guess, do you guys want me to tell you who they portrayed directly? I don't know how much of a spoiler that is. I wouldn't call it like a major spoiler per se. Also, how can you spoil something that's 3,000 years old? But like, I don't know. What do you guys want to hear about that? Also, welcome in, Candace. Kind of like conceptual gods versus character gods. Kind of. It's very much not. That's where it gets a little weird, because they did like directly portray two of the gods, like very directly. And then the other two that they did not directly portray, it was like, you have incurred their wrath. And it was, pretty, you've never heard of this? We're talking about the Odyssey. Chad has 3,000 years to read the source material. Breaking news, Greco-Roman gods were problematic. True. You don't really care because you're never going to watch it. Okay. They directly portray Athena as sort of a spiritual, I don't know if I'd call it guide exactly, but somebody that's along with Odysseus for his spiritual journey portion of the Odyssey, if that makes sense. Yeah, you knew about it. Well, I didn't know. Yes, right. So yes, Zendaya was Athena. So they directly portrayed Athena, and they directly portrayed Hades. But they did not directly portray Zeus or Poseidon, but Zeus and Poseidon's presence was always large in the movie's telling, in terms of like honoring Zeus and Poseidon and in terms of incurring Zeus and Poseidon's wrath. Were like forefront story points, but they never like directly like see or talk to Zeus or Poseidon. And they, the movie, we're talking about the movie. Yeah. The Odyssey, the movie. They never, and what I will say is also, when they are portraying sort of like the wrath of Poseidon or the wrath of Zeus, they're never showing it in terms of like big CGI effects, right? Like they're not, how would I describe this? They're not showing like a living embodiment of the storm, like raging. It's just like the storm is tearing the ship apart, right? And they're like saying that it's Poseidon's wrath. They're never doing like a CGI'd storm face visage of a god or something like that. And that's what I mean by they are not directly portrayed whatsoever. Whereas the other two are directly portrayed, which is interesting. They're just sending a message. Yeah, exactly. Also, welcome in, Lisa. Yeah, it was very interesting. I liked it a lot, and I think, yeah, no, I think it was good. Yeah, there were some, yeah, there were definitely some controversial casting choices for some of the characters, but like the Greek guy that was reviewing it was talking about it. And his thing was like, I guess I understand why people are commenting on it, but at the same time, I don't see any of the people complaining about any other inaccuracy in the movie and about the original story. So I kind of feel like you're actually complaining about something else. And I'm like, yeah, that's kind of how I feel about it. That's like, does that make sense? I did not have a problem with any actor in the film. I thought everybody did a very good job. No CGI giant sky daddy throwing lightning bolts. Exactly. Yes. I wanted to be very clear on like that. Like they did not do, yeah, I don't know how to describe it other than like quote unquote trying to be cool, which often fails at being cool actually. But yeah, I think that they did a really good job of making it feel grounded and yet still in a world where like mythology is very real and present. You're gonna say nothing about the costumes. He did comment on the costumes for some of them, which was funny, of course. People of color existing in the Mediterranean? Shocking! Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, have you looked at a map? It turns out that a lot of those cultures are right there. Crazy, amazing. Definitely some motivated reasoning behind selective casting complaints. Yeah, exactly. If they used era-accurate armor, then every character would look ridiculous. Aeon is being like, she's literally that gif of the like the little tiny the little like tiny fuzzball dog. I don't know what kind of dog that is. I'm not good with dog breeds. That's like rabidly barking and just being held in its owner's arms as it's rabidly trying to escape. It's also Mau Mau. Yeah, also Mau Mau. Yeah. So anyway, so my verdict is I quite liked it. I thought it was very good, but very intense. There was what I will also say, a Pomeranian. Yeah. What I will also say is the scene with Cersei with the animals was extremely gross. Like, I don't know how to describe it other than saying it was really gross. But like, it was so gross that Wifebach like walked out of the theater for 2 minutes because she just like couldn't handle it. And I was like cringing so hard. And it was like, oh, it was just viscerally gross. Isn't it supposed to be gross? It is, but there's degrees, right? Like, in the same way. No, so there's not gore in this case, but in the same way that like, violence can be depicted in varying levels of intensity of gore and intensity of like, you know, like how much you're showing their guts spilling out or things like that. Like there's like degrees of gross, and it was like, it was really gross. I don't know, like, like the sounds and the like, oh yeah, it was really, it was like viscerally, disturbingly gross. While at the same time having like no gore or anything like that. It was a very weird moment, but like, I mean, you know, it is what it is. You thought for a tiny second you were gonna call her the tiny hamster eating a banana. It's the Bridgerton cast controversy all over again, ignoring the modern song choices to be like, this race wouldn't be royalty in Regency era Europe. Yeah, it is. It's very similar to that. I feel like Bridgerton the thing with Bridgerton is they're also like more openly addressing that. They're basically saying in Bridgerton that it actually is like an alternate timeline that, like, for all intents and purposes. They're like, you know, like they are addressing the fact that those characters are different races than would typically be. And that was like as a direct result of the choices of like prior monarchs. So they're like, in Bridgerton, it's like actually in universe, if that makes sense. Whereas in this, they're just like, they're just the people, which is all, again, I don't really want to like get too deep into it. I think everybody did a great job and I was not upset by any of the casting, if that makes sense. What's the movie about? Yes, Wailing covered it. It is the adaptation of the Greek legend of the Odyssey, Homer's Odyssey. The journey of Odysseus and his crew, including the sacking of Troy with the Trojan horse. Like many things that you think of from Greek mythology were like either touched on or from the Odyssey. Like the Cyclops, you know, the Trojan horse, like all sorts of things like that. Were like from the Odyssey. And so it is a movie adaptation of that. Yeah. Yeah, but I think you don't like Bridgerton because it's, I think you've got a lot of reasons you don't like Bridgerton. It's very good. Okay, anyway, so yes, the Odyssey. The Odyssey was very good, but very intense. So just know what you're getting into is what I will say. It was not extremely gory. There is a lot of like fighting in it, but it was the fairly tasteful, like, you know, like you can tell somebody's gonna die from it, but they're not like close-upping in on people's like slash wounds or like guts or like, you know what I mean? Like I would say that like the fighting was like tasteful, still intense, still very much like the loud sounds of war. And like the chaos and confusion of being like a foot soldier in war or whatever without being like gory. It was very intense without being gory. So yeah. You love the historical you love the dresses in Bridgerton, sans historical accuracy. Yeah, Bridgerton Netflix is his own thing. Yeah. Listen, Aeon's our like history buff, so like she's got things to say TM about everything, and she also doesn't like a lot of romance drama. Which I love that about her. I love that about her. So anyway, yeah. Odyssey was good. Odyssey was good. You know, whether or not you want to see it in theaters is going to be more, I think, about your, you know, whether you like seeing things in theaters or not than anything else. But it was very good. Everybody did a good job. Yeah, great acting, good storytelling, really strong, like, messaging about war and conflict and societal ethics and things like that, which was good. So anyway, I quite enjoyed it, but it was intense. It was a lot. It was a lot, y'all. It was a lot. Yeah. So anyway, with all that said, I'm gonna start moving us towards the game because I made a promise that I was only gonna stream for 2 to 3 hours today, and it's almost been 2 hours. Which means if I want to play this game at all today, I gotta get started. Okay, I gotta get started. Okay, hold on. We gotta hide the wings too. All right, there we go. Boink. Go over here. It's really been almost 2 hours. I know, right? You hated your way into multiple jobs. You can be a respectful hater and still have people want you to work for them. Yep. It's so convoluted. You spent most of your watching Bridgerton yelling at the TV for not just getting to the point and creating unnecessary drama. Listen, as somebody who's seen a lot of Grey's Anatomy, I knew exactly what I was getting into. Okay. All right. You missed my yaps though. Glad we got a long one today. Well, this has been pretty much the norm, Yam, of like 1 to 2 hours of yapping at the start. I actually was talking about at the very start of stream that I need to sort of rework some of my content time scheduling in order to best maximize my ability to make non-stream content. And I realized that when I took my not even break, but moved to twice a week for the month before debut, it like showed me how much more energy I had on both the days I already wasn't streaming, but like by having 3 days off in a row, like really showed me how much of a toll that streaming was taking on me the next day after a stream. But I like kind of had to struggle with whether I wanted to cut down to 2 days a week or whether I wanted to stay with 3 days a week and cut the hours. And so I am currently trying cutting the hours. Hold on, let me Demon Bluff. Let me remember to change my category. So I'm working on cutting the hours, but that means that I have to actually be serious and cut the hours if I want to try that. Okay, I think we're gonna lower the settings a little bit.
Go live on YouTube.
I actually went live on YouTube the whole time, but thank you. I decided to stream my chatting anyway. It's fine. We can talk about that when you're home, your travel days today. Yes, I did want to talk to you, Yam, about things TM. But yes, Anyway, I'm gonna try and do 3 days a week for shorter so that I can have better brain space to do other things and not have it all spill over into the 2 remaining days where I'm just spending time half recovering and then half planning for the next day instead of doing anything else. I remember the YouTube bites, way to go! Yeah. My track record for actually going on break when I say I'm going on a break could be better. Yeah. Yeah, that's true. You're not wrong. That's the problem. Which also, I guess that kind of also shows the problem is that, like, what's actually been going on is I've just been falling more and more behind on things that I've been putting off because I've been too burned out from stream, which means that on my quote unquote days off, I'm just catching up on the things that I should have been doing during the week. So I'm like never actually taking time off. Yeah, it's great. Anyway, so we are going to check out Demon Bluff. I'm very excited to check this out. This is a roguelite game that is a single player social deduction game. So if you have seen me do Blood on the Clock Tower, this is like single player roguelite Blood on the Clock Tower, where you get like a town, and the town characters have information just like Blood on the Clock Tower, but some of them will lie to you or be wrong, and so you have to like figure it out. It's like a video game One Night Ultimate Werewolf, sort of. So excited I almost forgot to stream it. No, it's not that I forgot to stream it. It's just that I got too carried away talking to you guys. I had too much fun talking to you guys, but like my other commitment to being smarter with my time meant that I realized I was running out of time. Okay. Okay. Standard, reach the final village and dynasty as many times as you can. Yes. Great. There's one evil among all characters. Find and kill it. This is your deck. These characters can be drawn and appear in your current game. Okay. Possible character. Yeah. Okay, so these are, a lot of these are very like Clock Tower rolls. I might change where I am on the screen a little bit. We'll like go down here so you can see it better. Okay. Okay. You can click on the cards to reveal their characters. Great. Okay, so this character, this is character info. Use it to deduce who is evil. Most characters activate after reveal. Interesting. I wonder if reveal order makes a difference then. But be careful, evil characters will lie about their role and info, of course. Okay, so this person says number 1 is good. Their ability is learn one good character. Great. Okay. It's explicitly placed on Blood on the Clock Tower. When I was reading, I looked at like 2 screenshots and I'm like, half of these characters are literally Clock Tower characters. So that makes sense. Okay, number 1 is good. The closest evil is clockwise. Okay, so that would be one of these 2. Oh, wait. So there's no demons in this one. Okay, so there's only one evil character, which means that if this character is telling the truth, this character must be good, which means that the evil 2, hold on. Is there a way that I can check the like more info? Learn if evil, the closest evil to me is clockwise or counterclockwise. Learn equidistant if they are the same distance from me. Got it. That was my next question. So what that means is that this has to be the evil character if these characters are both telling the truth, which it is likely that they are both telling the truth. I am good. Sure. If I am evil or corrupted, I am dizzy. I am always truthful, even if disguised. What does that mean? If I am evil or corrupted, they say I am dizzy. I'm always truthful, even if disguised. If I am evil or corrupted, learn I am dizzy. Otherwise, learn I am good. Other characters always see me as truthful, even if disguised or evil. Okay, interesting. I am dizzy. Ooh. Okay. And I don't know what corrupted means. That's probably like an outsider. One evil is adjacent to me. Oh no, it is this one. Sorry, I was doing my math wrong. Okay. Okay. Does this have multiplayer? I don't think so. I believe this is explicitly meant to be like a single player Blood on the Clock Tower type of game. Wait, how do I execute? You didn't tell me how to do this. Lose health when you execute an innocent or get attacked by a demon or different abilities when you drop to 0 health. Okay. I lie and disguise. Uh-huh. Now, hey, what is corrupted? I need to understand if corrupted means, what is corrupted? Corrupted characters lie and their ability doesn't work. They keep their alignment. Okay, so corrupted is like poisoned. Can I see my deck? Yes, I can. I lie and disguise. Okay. Knife in the bottom right. Okay. So I'm just gonna go with 2 to make, no. I'll go with 3, but why? I'm always truthful even if disguised. Okay, so I guess that just means it has to be. In this mode, you can kill suspected evil characters. Click the dagger again to exit this mode. Okay, got it. Okay, great. Village is safe. All evil characters have been executed. Great. New characters unlocked. Learn a good character and its role. Okay, so yeah, we're gonna like slightly go up in players to sort of get used to this. Okay. I am good. Okay, fantastic. No evils are adjacent to me. Still could be a lie. I'm 3 cards away from the closest evil. Well, then that has to be this one, based on this information. Unless... Yeah, there's only 1 evil, so I would say that must be this one is evil. I kind of want to do it just in case. Number 3 is good. Great. That's helpful. Number 2 is a real lover. Yeah. And then you're saying closest evil is counterclockwise. Yeah. So that must mean that this one is evil because there's too much evidence. See, okay, this is easier because there's only 1 evil. In a normal game of Clock Tower and later in this game, because I can tell that they have both minions and demons on the screen, you would have to like assume that one character could be backing another character up in their logic chain, but since they can't, you got lucky. Okay. Great. Next. Lose if you execute me. Oh, I see. I see. Okay, so that's kind of like a boom dandy. Learn 3 characters, only 1 is evil. Oh, that's fun. Number 2 is a real hunter. I'm 2 cards away from the closest evil, which would mean one of these 2. Still no demon. 1 is evil, 2, 4, or 7. Okay. Right, so it's either going to be 4 or 7 based on this information. Number 3 is good. I mean, could easily lie. No evils adjacent to me. Bombardier. And Hunter. I am 1 card away from the closest evil. So, what is this? Is this a... What are these called? Interesting. Okay. 7 is evil. Evils always lie. Yes, correct. Yeah, right. So like this... Wait, evils always lie? Is that correct? So evils can never back up a good character? That's good to know. That's good to know. Okay. Huge. Great. Then that has to be this one. Okay, fantastic. Corrupted isn't an outsider, it's poisoning. Yeah. So this one is like the outsider though, I think, right? Is that basically what that one? Unlike Blood on the Clock Tower, evil always lies. Okay, that's very important to know. Make sure to check the more info screen. Some characters like the Empress can only lie in specific ways. Yeah. Twin minion. Okay. Is that like the evil twin? Or I lie and disguise. Okay, they both do the same thing. Tends to be a different role. Real role is revealed when executed. Right. Okay, great. Fantastic. Yeah, okay, so outcast is like the outsider. Okay, got it. This is the same. Yeah, exactly. There's very few exceptions that are locked to specific roles, but evils always lie under normal. Yeah, okay. Okay. Hunter, I'm 1 card away from the closest evil, but there's now 2 evils. This is good. Number 3 is a real Empress. Okay, we'll see about that. 1 is evil. 1, 2, or 5. Okay. Well, probably not 1. Could be 2. Okay. Well, we'll see what else we got. A bombardier. Oh. Okay. I'm dizzy. Okay. So 1 card away from the closest evil. Ooh, spicy. Okay. Learn 1 good character. Number 6 is good. Okay. So 1, 2, or 7. Okay, let me work this out. Closest evil is counterclockwise. Okay. Number 3 is a real empress. Would mean that I would have to trust number 3 unless they are both evil, which is possible. 1, 2, or 5. No, because this can't. So this prevents that from being the case. Interesting. 2 is evil confirmed. Yeah. So because we don't have poisoning yet, I guess, right? We don't have poisoning. So only 1 is evil, 1, 2, or 5. That would mean that 2 is evil, 5 is good, 1 is good, which I think means 1 is good, which is correct, which would mean that this is evil. I guess I need to understand how this works. So there can be no outsiders. Is that correct? Like they could be bluffing as an outsider. We'll do this first. We're dizzy. Yeah, you'll pay for that. Let's find out. This is base 1. Okay. So then I guess that means 7 is the evil because 1 is confirmed by number 3 and confirms number 3. So it's 7. Okay. Amazing. Yeah. So, yeah. Sorry, I'm like probably getting a little ahead of myself because I don't know exactly how some of the rules work. I just know how Clock Tower works. You know what I mean? Okay. Pick 1 character, learn if they're lying. That's fun. Knight can't die. Great. So it's kind of like a soldier. Okay. Number 2 is the real gem crafter. Number 7 is good. Okay, they back each other up. So unless they're both evil, that would be very funny. There are currently 2 or more copies of this character. In each village, there can only be 1 instance of each character. Probably one of these duplicates is evil. Okay. Well, still possible that these are both evil until we find out more. Bombardier, that seems fine. Number 6. I can click on this character to activate it. Okay, fantastic. Let's check these other ones. I am good. Great. I can't die. Great. Fantastic. So actually, legitimately, number 6 is good. That actually, I think, might mean that these 2 are both the evils that are backing each other up. So I'm gonna learn if this character is lying. Yup. Nailed it. Doink. Amazing. Six and 1 can be evil. Well, too late. That's true. You're right. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, you're right. That's fine. We got lucky. That's fine. You know what? Just like in real Clock Tower, sometimes you arrive at the correct conclusion for incorrect reasoning. Okay. Kill a character disguised as a medium. Ghost, new skin unlocked. Wait, what does that mean? Okay. All evil characters have been executed. Fantastic. 1 registers as an evil minion to other characters. Okay. Oh, I registered, right? So that's a recluse. Got it. Yeah, this is fantastic. The friend that recommended this to me like knows that I play Clock Tower because I've played with him in real life. So yeah. Wretch, great in theory anyway. Knight, great. Learn 1 good character. 3 is good. Let's see what 3 has to say about that. I am good. That's so great. That's so great. These could still be the evil. 1 is good. Okay. Okay, so it could be these 2 or it could be these. Nope, they have to be telling the truth. So these 2 are good, which means these 2 are probably evil. We'll find out. 1 is evil, 2, 4, 6. Yep, 4 is evil. Yes, that tracks. I'm 2 cards away from the closest evil. Yep, that tracks. Oh, well, they're 2 cards away from the wretch too. I'm 1 evil is adjacent to me. The wretch is registering to the lover. So I think that just means 4 and 1 are evil. Doink. Okay. Oh, if they're real, they don't die. I guess that's true. Yeah. You cannot reveal the last card. Ooh. Ooh, I like that. That's fun. Okay, that's fun. Okay, we have ads coming up in just a second, so I guess I will just take a break right now before we start this next round. Already enjoying this game. I think this is fantastic. This is a really good game to get you in the habit of practicing your deduction skills with logic in a game of Clock Tower, except like with some guardrails that sort of force certain things to be a certain way, which is very fun. Okay, we'll be right back. Make sure that you guys are all stretching and taking care of yourselves and all of that. Yeah, we'll be right back. Okay, welcome back, everybody. Yeah, there's no corruptors in play yet. Yeah, exactly. I'm too clock tower pilled for the early player version of this game. Where I'm just like, but what if they're drunk? But what if they're poisoned? What if they're backing each other up? It's fine. It's fine. It just results in me overthinking a little bit, you know, but that's okay. That's all right. Okay. That's fine. That's fine. Fun little game. I'm really excited. This is just a demo right now, so it's not out. When you see a knight, you always try to kill them. So do you just lose a health because like you failed to kill and so then like the demons attack? I guess I don't know exactly how like health works because I haven't lost yet. Knight, great, fantastic. Closest evil is counterclockwise. Ooh, is it now? The judge. Bombardier. Hunter, I'm 3 cards away from the closest evil, so that would be 1 or 7. Confessor, I am dizzy. Okay, easy. So this is correct. So we can definitely kill them. Now, what do I want to learn about anybody else? Ooh, so there's probably one that I can't unlock. 1 is good. Fantastic. Cannot reveal something is blocking me, so I'm going to kill the Dizzy Confessor. Now can I reveal? No. Interesting. Okay, so what else can I learn? I guess I can just try and kill the knight. Yeah, probably. You're sure the Bombardier is evil? Uh-huh, yeah. No. Try to kill 8. You think they're evil? I mean, we'll see. Oh, it was he. Okay, you got it. You're correct. You're correct. It's also possible that 2 was evil, and so this character. No, that would just be wrong. Yeah. So yeah, that's probably. Yeah, you're probably right. Okay, great, fantastic. Love this. Pick one character. If evil picked, execute it. Got it. Love the Slayer. Love it. It's even got the right name. Pick 3 characters, learn how many of them are evil. Love that as well. Ascension level increases. The last evil is further away, yeah. There is 1 evil among all the characters find and kill it. Okay. Possible characters. We have the regular minion, we have a wretch, we have a lover, we have a hunter, we have a gemcrafter, and we have a slayer. Okay. Fantastic. Lover, no evil adjacent. Which means that they have to both be correct because there's only 1 evil, so this can't be a lie. Which means these are both good. I'm 1 card away from the closest evil. That means this is evil. I'm just going to Slayer shot it. Doink. Amazing. No, I believe you. I've just played Blood on the Clock Tower, which this game is apparently based on, / fairly clearly based on, for like hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of hours. So I understand. Random adjacent villager becomes a puppet if possible. It's evil but cannot lie. Random adjacent villager. Okay. It's evil but cannot lie. Interesting. I lie in disguise. Fascinating. That's an interesting way of doing it. 1 card away from the closest evil. Love that. I'm 1 card away from the closest evil. Love that. Okay, so that implies. Oh, but they're okay. So they're a duplicate. Okay, we'll get there in a second. Empress, 1 is evil, 1, 5, or 6. Okay, sure. Number 1 is the real hunter. Is it now? The jester, pick 3 characters, learn how many of them are evil. Okay. And number 3 is good. Okay, so if number 3 is good. So if number 1 is a real hunter, because there has to be a puppeteer. Oh, 0 out of 2 to 3. Oh, okay. So this can make a puppet, but it doesn't necessarily make a puppet. Okay, fascinating. Wretch's Key. I'm 1 card away from the closest evil. Evening, hello, cat. Number 8 is fake. hold on. Yeah, I mean, I assume so. I'm just trying to like look at all of my information to make sure that I'm like up on that. So if number 8 is fake because number 1 is confirming this one, because if this was evil, it would have to lie. Yeah. So, okay, we go Hunter. And then we go, let's see. So Wretch is obviously evil. So I wonder, can the juggler pick dead players? Probably can. Number 3 is good. 1 is evil. 1, 5, or 6. 1 is good. 5 or 6. Number 3 is good. So it's got to be the jester's evil, I think. Yeah. Ooh. Ooh. Number 3 is good. Okay, well, they're both telling the truth, which means that at this point I just have to gamble. Which one of them? 1, 5, or 6. Ah, no, I don't have to gamble. So 4, no, wait. Yeah, so 4 is evil because only one of 1, 5, and 6 is evil, and we know that 5 is evil, and we know... No, 3 is good. No, 6 can also be evil. Okay, it's really a 50-50. No, wait, 1, 5, and 6. Only 1 is evil. Right, which means 6 can't be evil because 5 is evil, which means that 4 must be the marionette. Yes, okay. Okay, got it. Puppeteer will always make a puppet unless his neighbors are already evils or outcasts. Okay, good. Use the jester and they have to lie. Can you use them after they're dead? You can't, right? Learn how many evils are adjacent to each other. Okay, we got a chef. Learn that 1 out of 2 characters is a specific minion role. Great, love that. Chef and investigator. 3 or 8 is the twin min. Okay. Hunter, I'm 3 cards away from the closest evil. 3 or 8. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Okay. So, I mean... 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So this could be our evil trio, just based on our current information. Okay. There are no evils adjacent to me. I love that. I love that. I love finding this information. The knight, of course, the bombardier, the knitter. There are 2 pairs of evil. Yes. So this is going to give us our 1, 2, 3 set, right? Because 3 characters away is 1, 2, 3. It's this or it's this, either way. And then this would be the twin, which would mean that this would be the puppeteer, which would then mean that one of these... Wait, now hold on. Nearest adjacent villager, which would mean it's this one, because that also makes 2 pairs. Yes. Okay. So we'll just do this for shits and giggles. We'll use the jester's ability, because I trust all 3 of these. There are 2 evils. Yeah, okay, great. Now, with evil characters, they're just lying, so does that mean that their ability won't work if it's a killing? Number 6 is the marionette, yeah. Yeah. Well, or 7 can be, either one can be the puppeteer. Oh, yeah. Yeah, either one could be the puppeteer, right? I don't think we actually specifically know. Because it could go... Oh, right, yeah, this is the twin, so this is... So 7 is the one that... Yeah, it's fine. Don't worry about it. 7 has to be the puppet? Does it? 1, 2, 3... Oh. Why does 7 have to be the puppet? Trying to figure that out. Because... Or the puppeteer. Oh, right, because that is true. Right, yeah, the chef's information is true. Right, yeah. Got it, understood. 6 is yeah, because it's telling the truth. See, this is the part where it's getting me into a little bit of trouble because I just assume that they might lie, which is not how that works. One disguise, or I don't know why I keep reading that as one. I disguise as good villager currently in play. Great, love that. Sorry, I'm using clock tower terms. If you've never played Blood on the Clock Tower, you should Google Blood on the Clock Tower, or you can look on my channel in the YouTube, and it's basically this game, but each of these, instead of being a card, is a player. Okay, 4 or 6 is the puppeteer. Let's find out what these are. Jester and the Enlightened. Okay. Fun. So if this is the puppeteer, then that would mean that this one is evil, probably. But we'll find out, I suppose. Oracle. Okay, 1 or 4 is the puppeteer. Love that. Okay. Because we have a doppelganger. Number 1 is actually a doppelganger. Love that. The judge and the judge. Oh, there's, oh boy. Okay. Okay. Okay, number 1 is actually a doppelganger. Let me just make sure. Okay, because this could be, that would still be true. So if this one, this is 1 or 4 is a puppeteer. So if this is a doppelganger, that's the outsider. 1 or 4 is a puppeteer. That means 4 has to be the puppeteer, I think. If my logic is correct. The judge, pick 1 character, learn if they're lying. Okay. If I pick the same character twice, that won't help me. 1 or 4 is the puppeteer. So if 4 is the puppeteer, then okay, I'm just gonna YOLO this. I think this is the puppeteer, which means this is the doppelganger. I want to make notes on this. This is the doppelganger. So if this is the doppelganger, this is real. So one of these is fake, which means that it's okay, this is a little bit troubling. The closest evil is counterclockwise, which would mean this. That can't be the puppet because it's in a... No, it could be the puppet, right? Because it's in a double claim. So technically both. Okay. If both of these say... This says number 6 is lying, right? Which means that this isn't the puppet? Or... Okay. So. Okay. Let me work through this. So the puppeteer will tell the truth, or the puppet will tell the truth. So I think this is the puppet, and I think that this one is the twin. And this one, yeah, so this is the twin, correct? Which means that this is the puppet. Yes, okay. Because the puppet is still correct. That's the part that keeps fucking me up, is that the puppet is still telling the truth. Yeah, okay. This is the game with Northern Lion? Yes. Hey, Circuit, how's it going? Sorry, I'm not looking at chat too much because I'm trying to like logic through it myself a little bit before I like read other people's theories, just so that I am like developing a correct intuition. There should be a pen function somewhere. Interesting. Yes, Northern Lion was playing this game, which is indirectly how I found out about it, because my friend saw Northern Lion playing this game and then was like, bro, this is right up your alley. It's so good. I think you can tag cards by pressing 1, 2, or 3 while hovering them. Oh, interesting. We'll check that out. One villager becomes an outcast. I sit next to it. I lie in disguise. Okay. Confessor. I'm good. We love that. 7 or 8 is the Chancellor. Okay. 7 or 8 is a chancellor. Okay. Which means that 7 is the chancellor because it created number 8, probably. Yes. Okay. Great. We love that. This is probably the real bombardier. Jester learning. Okay. No evils adjacent. We love this. We love the empath information. Oh, because there's a witch now. Okay. So, we're gonna Slayer shot the Confessor, which means that this is a real outsider, which, let me read how this works. One villager becomes an outcast, which I think means that this one is lying about about it, because you still can't have doubles, which means that, let's see, that was the Chancellor. What if I go like 1, 2, 3? Wait, did that not? Oh, 1 is evil. Interesting. Among 3, 5, and 9, 1 is evil. 3, 5, and 9, only 1 is evil. Oh, interesting. Unless you're just lying. You could just be lying because, no. Okay, let me logic this out. 7 is Chancellor forced. Thinking to wait. I'm not sure how that works. I'd use Slayer on 5. Yeah, I probably should have, huh? Too bad. That's fine. I'm just gonna YOLO and kill 5. Yeah, great. Oh, this village save all evil characters have been executed. Oh, fantastic. What was this? Oh, this was the doppelganger. Oh, sure. Okay, well, if that was a doppelganger, that would have been okay too. Okay. Okay. Learn how far a specific evil is to another closest evil. Okay, clockmaker, more or less. Pick 2 characters, learn the most suspicious type among them. I assume that means that it's like outcast is more suspicious than villager. I assume that's what they mean by that. 3, 6, or 8 is evil. Okay. 3. Love that. 6 or 8. 7 is a real confessor. Well, is 7 a confessor? 7 is a real confessor. 7 says they're good. I disguise as a good villager. I am good. Now, wait a minute. Hold on. I disguise as a good villager currently in play, always considers themselves disguised. If they are evil or corrupted, they say I am dizzy. Okay. So it's possible that these 2 are both evil? Right? Because this, the only way to resolve this, right, is the doppelganger would be lying about their identity. So they would say that they're dizzy, which means that 8 is wrong, which means that 8 is lying, so 8 has to be evil, which I think means that 7 is the doppelganger. I think that's what that means. All right, we'll find out what else is there. Oh, another jester, yay! Investigator and cannot reveal. Okay. Learn the most suspicious type among them. The 2 jesters I don't have a good solve for right now. So 3, 6, and 8. I think I do have a good solve. Okay, so that, I'm gonna say that this one is just evil based on my deduction. It's the witch, fantastic. Number 3 is a real confessor. Right. So number 3 is the real confessor, which means this is the doppelganger, which means that one of these 2 is evil, which means that I can learn the most suspicious type among them. So I pick this one and this one. 5 or 1. 1 is the minion. It's 5. Oop. Fuck. Oh, yeah, there we go. Bam. Okay. Oh, shit. That means that one more. Well, you told me the truth. No, they both tell the truth. Is there another way? They're both going to tell the truth no matter what I do. So I guess I just have to YOLO 50-50 it. Right? I don't think there's any 3, 6, or 8. Yeah. No, 6 is good. 6 is good, which means that this is the puppet. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Yeah, the noble pings. Yeah. Okay. All right. Doppelganger confessors still show up as good. Yes. Yes. Doppel would say good. Is that true? I don't think that's correct because the confessor says that they're dizzy if they're corrupted. Right? So Seven says good. Yeah. Oh. I'm always truthful even if disguised. Wait, so then why did they not say I'm dizzy? Because they are corrupt. Oh no, they're not corrupted. I'm sorry. Right. They are outcasts, not corrupted. Okay. Yes, sorry. That was my mix up. Okay. It's the fact that like corrupted and outcast and disguised are all yellow that was like kind of fucking with me. Okay. Got it. Love it. Love it. Okay. Hide 1 outcast in the deck. What does that mean? Hide 1 outcast in the deck? Oh, like I won't know what the outcast is at. Okay, I see. Lover, no adjacent evils. I love that. Closest evil is counterclockwise. Well, let's find out with these. 1 is evil. 1, 3, or 9. Well, it's not. I think it means it's not 1 or 3, so that means it would be 9, which also clocks with this. 2 or 7 is a witch. I just don't believe that. A wretch. Love that. So somebody said I could press like 1. Oh, I see. Yes, I see the thing. Okay, so you're evil. You're good. You're good. You're good. At least as far as I'm concerned. You're good because you say you're good. You could potentially be... Can I make... Okay, so I can't say. Okay, let's just find out what else we have. We have the judge, sure. We have a knight, and we can't because we have a witch in play. Okay. Gemcrafter, 2 is good. I mean, that's all backed up. So unless one of these is a puppeteer making this potentially evil, that's okay. So we're gonna kill the Oracle right now. Doink. That was the Ba. I guess I'll kill the Knight and see if they die. They did die, in fact. Which means that the Puppeteer is one of the neighbors, which I think probably means both of these are evil, because I think everything else cross-checks each other. 1, 3, or 9. So, doink and doink. Yeah. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. To see if Force says the truth on somebody. True. I should be using these abilities because I know that they force lies. Okay. Fortune teller, pick 2 characters. Learn if any of them is evil. Love that. Architect, learn which side of the circle is more evil. Learn equal if both sides are equally evil. I love that. There are 2 evils among all the characters. Find and kill them. Great. Possible characters: Fortune Teller, Scout, Jester, Oracle. Learn that 1 out of 2 characters is a specific minion. Okay. Learn 3 characters. Only 1 is evil. Card is hidden. Yeah. Okay. Fantastic. Demon. So, I guess I don't know what the distinction is between demon and minion in this game. Is it simply that demons have like, we'll find out. We'll find out. Ba is 2 cards away from the closest evil. Okay. One or two is a minion. Okay, love that. 1, 3, or 7, 1 is evil. Okay. Double claim, 1 or 4 is a minion. Okay. Wretch. Ooh, love to see a wretch. Fantastic. Okay. So we have no doppelganger because we know it's a wretch. We have a double claim. So one of these two is evil. This one is 1, 3, or 7. So 1, 3, or 7. 1, 3, or 7. And then you're saying 1 or 2, and you're saying 1 or 4. Okay, interesting. So the fortune teller, We're gonna pick the Empress and the Jester. Is number 2 or number 4 evil? False. Okay, so unless they are evil. So it's possible that this is the Ba and no. So the minion has to be either 1, 2, or 4. 1, 2, or 4 amongst them. So 1, 2, or 4 has to be the minion, which means 1, 3, or 7. One is probably good. Base 1 outsiders. There's 2 oracles. Yeah, I mean, I know one of the oracles is evil. Which I guess if one of them's evil, then it has to lie, which means it can't be 1 because they both have 1 in the ping. So that means it has to be 2 or 4. And then that would mean... Okay, so it has to be 2 or 4. So I believe in number 1's trueness. Number 1 or 2 is a minion. Number 1, so 2 or 4. Okay. Okay, I will juggle the bottom 3. And if I learn that there's 2 evils, then that means it's... Oh. Ba is 2 cards away from the closest evil. Well, then that would mean that 2 must be wrong. Because all 2 of these can't be evil based on the other information. So 1, 3, or 7. So... No, wait, hold on. God damn it. God damn it! Ba is 2 cards away from the closest evil. That's fucking me up. Because, hello. 3 and 5 are evil? 3 and 5 are both evil? I don't think they can both be evil. Because one of them has to be a real oracle, right? both can be fake? Oh, they can both be fake? Interesting. That does line up with this information and this information and this information. Okay, so that's good to know. I guess that makes sense. Doink and doink. Okay. All right, that's good to know. For some reason, I thought that a double claim had to be, like, one of them had to be real. That's good to know. That's good to know. Okay. Learn up to 3 characters. Among them are 1 villager, 1 outcast, and 1 evil if possible. Learn up to 3 characters. Okay. Interesting. Investigator. Learn that 1 out of 2 characters is a specific minion role. 2 or 8 is the witch. Okay, cool. 1 evil adjacent to me. Love that. Okay, all right. Okay. Number 3 is a real oracle. Sure, I tend to believe that. And that means there's gonna be a witch here. Okay. 2 or 8 is the witch. So that means that I can trust both of these because, wait, no, if they both say 1 evil is adjacent to me, then, oh yeah. So I think that means I can trust both of these. So 2 or 8 is a witch. I don't have any way to really know that for certain yet. Pick 2 characters, learn if any of them is evil. So I'm gonna pick the investigator and the oracle. Is 2 or 3 evil? Yes. So I'm gonna kill. Oh! 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 Oh no! Oh nor! Arnar! Okay. Is 2 or 3 evil true? Oh, there is a doppelganger. You're right. Three and 6 are evil? Right, because they're both adjacent to the like, yeah, okay, so it's a doppelganger and a lover. Okay, you're getting the axe. Yeah, okay. Okay. There's another oracle. Oh, the village is safe. Okay, amazing, incredible. Okay, I have to go to the bathroom real quick. I'm just gonna leave it here. I'm just gonna mute and go to the bathroom real quick. I'll rush. I was just complaining that I don't know what the druid means.
Mute.
Thank you. Mute. Thank you. Yes, I got it. Okay. All right. Thank you. Yes, the ZZZs are very cute. Number 8, shut up. Right. Adjacent truthful characters tell me to shut up instead. Shut up. Okay. So this is a nice trifecta. Minion card is minion is 3 cards away from closest evil. So there is no doppelganger, which means I think that this must be evil. So we're gonna mark you because I think that's the only way for a double claim in this setup. Wretch, congratulations. Number 1 is good. Great. I already knew that. Wow. Okay. Chancellor is 2 cards away from the closest evil. Okay. So you're good because you're a truth teller, which means that the Chancellor is one of these characters, which I think is gonna be this character because they're in a triple claim, which means that, and this confirms them. So I think you're the Chancellor. Chancellor's 2 cards away from the closest evil. Oh, no, that's a problem. That's a problem. Judge, pick one character, learn if they're lying. You're lying? Yes, you're lying. Okay. Right. So this is disregard. This is disregard. So this is the Chancellor. And this is the other. This is just the minion, which... Yeah, there we go. Okay. Normandia! Have at least 2 characters try to silence the Rambler. Oh, I see. It's like an achievement. Okay, got it. Yeah. Shaman. There are 2 same villager roles in the current village. I lie in disguise. Okay, so this means there's going to be a double claim that is valid, which means there's probably going to be, oh god, there's going to be like triple claims with doppelganger. Okay, all right. Judge, Empress. Ooh, 1, 3, or 7. Okay. Of course, 1 and 3. Got it. Let's find out what 7 is. The Investigator. Okay, I do like that. Learn the most suspicious type among them. Okay. We'll find out. The Wretch, the Fortune Teller. 1, 3, or 1, 3, or 8. Okay, so 1, 3, or 8. Yeah, okay. Fortune Teller. Okay. I'm gonna check these 2, I think, because that will tell me if one of these is either the doppelganger or the shaman clone. Because if one of them's evil, or if it's evil, those are all possibilities. I like that. 2 and 6 sound fake, to be honest. Could be. 1, 3. No, but they could just both be pinging on the same one. Is 2 or 6 evil true? Aha. So that means 7 or 8 must be evil, I believe. I think that's how that works. Okay. Judge the Fortune Teller. True. I have so many judges. You say true. You say true. You say true. They all say true. Which means One is real, one is the... So if they're all saying it's true, then all three of those have to be good characters, or one of them's a puppet, which is probably the case, but that's okay. So one's a doppelganger, one's a puppet, one is a... Okay, so then... Yeah, so that would mean 1, 3, and 8 would... 1, 3, 7, and 8 would all be good. 1, 3, 7, and 8 would all be good. I believe that. I believe that. So... Yeah, I think these are the two, like, evils. So that's the shaman. That's the puppeteer. So... If I pick... I have the investigator ping off of the fortune teller. Well, this isn't really going to help. We'll say the fortune teller and the judge. Number 5 or 8 is a minion. Well, that's just a lie, isn't it? 5 or 8 is a minion? Because there's only... I killed both of the demons, right? Okay, this kind of fucks me up. Because the puppeteer would tell the truth. And neither one of those could be a minion? Right? Based on what we've sort of learned? So... Why are you telling a mistruth? 5 or 8 is a minion. Fortune teller's a puppet. Does it register as a... Does it register as a minion with the puppet? Becomes evil. Does evil become minion? Okay. Okay, that explains it. Okay. This one. Great. Thank you. That clears up what I was like trying to get at, was like, yeah. Pick exactly 2 evil characters with the non-lying fortune teller. Amazing. Wait, so are these like creator skins? Wait, how do I get in on this? How do I get these devs to put me in as a skin? Huh? 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 Learn a character that was affected by an evil ability. Okay, love that. Show them me shirtless. Yeah, right? They're like, oh yeah? Yeah, you want to see that? You want to see what I'm into? Okay, all right. Lover. I like the lover. 5 was affected by evil. Good. 5 was affected by evil. Okay. Okay, so there's a hidden outcast, which I'm gonna guess is a doppelganger, probably. Both say 5 was affected by evil. Okay. The fortune teller. 5 was affected by evil. Ooh, which means that either 5 or either 4 or 6 is the chancellor. Ooh, I'm sorry, number 6. That's really unfortunate for you that you're the chancellor. Judge and knight. Okay, great. So we try and kill the knight. Cannot. Knight is real. Confessor is the chancellor. And so now we have... so we have the Ba and the twin to consider. And we know that you're good. So I'm looking at... We know that you're good. And I think that we're pretty confirmed that all 3 of these are good. So I think that means that the Ba... These are both. I think these just have to both be the other evils. I'm pretty sure. If I pick... Can I pick a dead player? Yes, I can. Is 1 or 6 evil false? Yeah, doink. Okay. And then pick a character, learn if they're lying. They're telling the truth. Doink. Oop. Doink. All right. Amazing. The drunk. Amazing. Perfect. I am corrupted and I lie. I cannot be cured. Yeah. Okay, great. Sasuga, as expected. Wretch. Rambler. Ooh. Shut up. Shut up. Okay, great. So we confirm. I guess I'm just gonna confirm as. I guess I'm gonna use green as good. We'll do that for now. Ba is 3 cards away from the closest evil. Okay, that's fine. Jester, Empress, ooh, Judge, and Confessor. Confessor, I'm good. We love that. So of these, so I think we're confirmed on all of these. 3 cards away from the closest evil. How would that even work on this script? Oh, and then there's, oh, right, because one of them's drunk, right, of course. So among these 4, I think we have 2 evils and a drunk. So I can prove whether or not the judge is evil or drunk, but I won't know which of the 2. 2, 3, or 6? So 2 is like confirmed good. 3 or 6, 1 is evil, 1 is not. This is feeling like this is impossible. So I think this is wrong. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I think there's no way for this to be right, but this character could be drunk. So this character is, let's see, learn how many of them are evil. So if I go 1, 2, 3, there is 1 evil. Great. Well, the jester can be drunk. So let's see if the jester is lying. You're probably gonna say they are. Oh, it's saying the truth. There's 1 evil. Okay. I'm gonna say that this is evil. Oops. 1, 2, and 3. Then the jester is. Wait, 3 from the closest evil. Okay, so among 1, 2, and 3. Oh, wait. No, this is fucked up. I wasn't thinking about the Chancellor. No, because the Chancellor is going to be sitting next to the drunk. So I think. One is evil. So that means you're lying or drunk. Okay. That's a problem. I will kill 2, 3, or 6. Well, 2 is. I mean, 2 and 3 are both good. So 6 is evil unless you're lying or drunk. But of the people left, both of these, all 3 of these should be lying and or drunk. So, but unfortunately I can't know that. You said they're telling the truth when they're obviously not. Yeah, I'm kind of fucked, I think. I think I'm kind of fucked. I mean, I just have to take a guess, I think. You think 1 is evil? I don't think 1 can cosplay as evil. Can they? Oh, there's supposed to only be 1 to 2 outsiders? No, because 1 won't be evil because 2 is correctly pinging, right? Or is it, or maybe I don't understand how that works. 1 is evil, 2 is drunk? Ramblers can be evil. But does their ability work if they're evil? That's my question. Like, if there's an evil person bluffing as the Rambler, do they still affect people next to them? I would imagine that they don't, but maybe that's because I don't understand. I don't know the exact rules of this game. I'm gonna gamble. Okay. Which means that this is the Chancellor. Nope. You said that you were telling the truth. So... One, two, three. Closest evil. Amazing. People can lie though? Wait, I think it works off honesty, not team. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Welcome in, Raiders. Hello, hello. Hold on, I'll give you just a second. Listen, I appreciate you. Can I get a count on how many do you have more raids coming in? Before I do, hello, welcome in. How are you doing today? Hi, we'll call it at 2. Hello, welcome in. If you are unfamiliar with me, I am Greibach, cyber vampire, unk gamer, yapper extraordinaire, and we are currently playing a game called Demon Bluff. It is a single player social deduction game, which is very much like Blood on the Clock Tower, inspired by it. It's one of my favorite Blood on the Clock Tower is one of my favorite games, and I am very much enjoying this game. I see that you were playing Overwatch. I hope you guys had a lovely set of games. I am an Overwatch player and hater. So welcome in. Thank you for trusting me with your community. If you need to raid and run, absolutely A-okay. But we're having a lot of fun logicking out what's going on. No, just double raid at the same time? That's crazy. Lovely time in Overwatch. Heck no, bad games. I know. No, I know. Amazing. My model's so freaking cool. Thank you. Yes. You know what? Hold on. We can do a little. Hold on. I can come say hello in my fullest form here. Yes, welcome to my domain. I hope you enjoy your stay here. We love fostering an environment of inclusivity and passionate discussion about things that we love. And one of the things that I love is social deduction games like Werewolf or Mafia or Goose Goose Duck or Among Us. And this is a single player social deduction game. It's really cool. It's just starting, this game is in demo form right now. And I'm checking it out and it's super cool. Yes. Thank you. So welcome. I hope you guys are having fun. I'm really digging this game. It's really cool. We stream Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And at the 2 p.m. Pacific is when we start. And we do movie nights on Discord, where I introduce my younger community members to Unk movies from the late 80s, 90s, and early 2000s. All my best hits. Yeah. This is a demo? Yeah. This is a demo. Do the lean? You want me to do the lean? That's crazy. I can lean in a little bit if you guys think that's cool. Do the lean. Anyway, but that's me. Anyway, we're having a lot of fun with this. Let me get those wings away because they are kind of in the way, and I'm gonna put myself a little bit more down in the corner so that you guys can see a little bit better. One is evil. It's too much of a complicated seed, but trust. Okay, so this is my part where one is evil, which means that they added okay. 1, 2, 3. I think that must be I think you're right. I think that must be correct with this. 1, 2, and 3. Wait, no. 1, 2, and 3. Wait. Among 1, 2, and 3, 1 is evil. Judge says they're telling the truth, which means I think 1. Wait, did you just say 1 is evil? No, I think you're right. Okay, well, we're gonna learn. Okay, fascinating. Yeah, and they created the wretch. Okay, okay. We're learning some important things about this game. In Blood on the Clock Tower, which is the game I am infinitely more familiar with, you bluffing as a character can't actually have an effect on the game. And so I was assuming that the character being able to like silence their neighbors meant that they had to be a real character because they were affecting the game. But that's not how this game works. And so that makes that worldview make sense. Yes. The drunk said shut up. Yeah, that's the, well, wait, the drunk said shut up? Oh, I missed that. Oh, the drunk, because they were both lying. Oh, okay. Yeah, no, I mean, I know that the drunk were, okay. So that is rough. That's a tough one. Yeah, well, given the other information that sort of had to line up that way, since we had two other characters like cross-confirming that like one of those top corners had to be evil. Fascinating. Okay. Kill a random unrevealed character, deal 2 damage to you. Oof. So, wait. Kill a random unrevealed character. What does that mean? Game start, there are 2 same villagers. Game start, a random adjacent villager becomes a puppet. Kill a random unrevealed character. When? When does that happen? Interesting. People die during the night. Is that like when I execute? Is that like, so it actually does do day-night cycles? Okay. 1 card dies. Okay. We will be right back because it's a every 4th reveal. Okay, thank you. That's the more pertinent point. Okay, we will be right back. I'm gonna take this chance to get up and stretch and all of those things, and then we'll be right back. I'm gonna play for just a little bit longer, but I need to be honest with myself, and I'm gonna not stream for a long time today, even though I'm really enjoying it. Okay, yeah. So I think the part that was confusing me, and I guess let me know if I was right that a evil bluffing as an outsider can't actually cause the outsider's effect to occur, but in that situation, because the drunk was next to them, they played along with what it should be, which is kind of crazy. That's kind of a crazy interaction. This game is great. Okay. Rambler. Oh, great. Shut up. Right. This is Adjacent truthful characters tell me to shut up instead of sharing their info. One random. Okay, so I think that means that I have to do their info first. Okay. Well, unfortunate. One evil is adjacent to me, killed by the demon and cannot be revealed. So let me check this. A random unrevealed character. So that theoretically they could have killed their own evil, which is funny. So if this person is evil, then does that mean that they could say shut up because they're lying? No, only truthful characters tell me to shut up. Okay. 4 was good. It does. Okay. Check the more info screen. It's important for a lot of cards. Yeah. Kill a random unrevealed character. Will prioritize killing good characters first. Okay. Yeah. That is the important bit, isn't it? Slayer. Great. Slayer, I barely know her. So in that case, I believe there is no drunk in this game. I'm gonna have the Slayer kill the lover. Couldn't kill number 3. Interesting. That's interesting. Closest evil is clockwise. Okay, all right, fair enough. And a bombardier. Okay. Interesting. Well, if you can't kill number 3 and there's no... Oh, there is a shaman. There's 2 villagers of the same role, so this is our shaman pair, probably. Could be this one and somebody else. There are no evil adjacent. So does that mean... And there's only one. So does that mean these 2 are both evil? The Rambler and the... like the Rambler's a bluff? Because there's only one outcast? I think that's what that means. So I'm going to kill the Rambler. Wait, oh, I can still use an ability. Pick 3 characters, learn 1 random outcast among them, if any. Okay, well. One random outcast among them, if any. So if I go this. Okay. Oh. No. Slayer would still kill if that was the puppet. Interesting. Unless the Slayer is evil too, which is also entirely possible. Closest evil is clockwise. Closest evil is clockwise. Unless you're just full of shit. There's no evils adjacent to me. No, that also isn't the case. 5 couldn't kill number 3. And there's 1 evil adjacent. So that leads me to believe that either they're both evil together. But then who's the shaman? But that's okay. They're both evil together. Closest evil is clockwise would conflict with that being evil, though. So that would imply that, like, one of these is evil. There's 3 evils in a row. So it's possible that this is evil, and this is a... No, not a drunk. Drunk isn't in it. This is a puppet? That's possible? Kill... you think 912 might be the 3 evils? Right, I was thinking that these might be evil. Okay, so we never answered that question. If somebody... Lying characters usually say random false information. Some characters like this one follow special rules when they lie. Adjacent liars tell me to shut up instead of their... Oh, okay. So if this is evil, then adjacent liars say shut up. So would that... Is there a world I can pick where all three of those are liars? I mean, they could all three be evil. It theoretically could be that this is the evil block. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. No, that would be equidistant. So that doesn't clock with that. No evils are adjacent to me. Or these can be evil. God, not knowing who number 4 is kind of fucks me up. These could be evil. This could be the puppeteer. These could be evil together. And the shaman just fucked me. All right, I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna just try and kill this one. Nope, fuck. Okay. I'm gonna say it's these 3 then. I think that's it, and this is the puppet. We're gonna go boom. Shaman. We're gonna go boom. Puppeteer. We're gonna go boom. Wait. Puppeteer. So this is gonna be the last one. Okay. Executed character copied by a shaman. Wait. Oh, did I lose? Wait, hold on. No, I got it. Okay. Jesus. Okay. Yeah. Kill into one of the connection chains. If they're good, you know which chain's evil. Evils by the Rambler say info. By a good Rambler. No puppet this time because they were stuck between 2 evils. Yep. Outcast death causes less loss of hearts. Yeah, how is loss of hearts determined, by the way? How does that... I actually don't know how we calculate this. Let's see. Dreamer, learn a role that's among them and one that's not. Okay. Oh, interesting. My ability refreshes after each night. Learn random info. Okay, love this. There are 2 evils among the characters. Find and kill them. Okay. Gem Crafter, learn a good character. Dreamer, Bishop, learn up to 3 characters. Oh, I haven't actually had a Bishop in play yet. How many evils are adjacent to each other? Okay. Drunk, Shaman, and Lilith. Kill a random unrevealed character. You're right. Okay. Got it. Knitter, there is 1 pair of evil. Great. Bishop, between 1, 3, and 4, there's a minion, villager, and outcast. Oh, between 1, 3, and 4? Okay. This ability refreshes after each night. Okay. So I'll pick these 2. Among 1 and 2, there is shaman or drunk. Okay. That's valid. Let's see. Between 1, 3, and 4, there's a minion, villager, and outcast. 1, 3, and 4. And you learned that between those 2, 1 is shaman or 1 is drunk. Okay. So it's possible that this is the minion. This is the villager. No, this is the villager. And this is the drunk. And you learned incorrectly? Okay, we'll find out. Oh boy, another dreamer. Okay. Let's open more cards. Well, I'm thinking. Chill. Okay, we got a bunch of druids. We got a second dreamer. There's only 1 pair of evil. Okay. Well, they both say the same thing. So either they're both liars together, or they're both, so they're either both liars together, or they are both correct because of the shaman. So how can I determine? So 1, 3, and 4. If I believe this is true, 1, 3, and 4. It's possible. Let's just do this again and see what they learn. There's a knitter or Lilith. A knitter or Lilith. Well, there is a knitter. So neither of them is Lilith. Okay. Okay. And then druid, learn one random outcast among them, if any. So you think that there is a 1, 3, and 4. So we'll check 1, 3, and 4. Among them, there is a drunk. Okay. So then theoretically, this could be true. And 1, 3, and 4. So one of these is the drunk. So if this is the drunk, this is the villager, this is the minion? No, because that can't be a minion because it told a true statement. There's a pair of evils. Could just be 1, 3, and 4. One's a drunk. Well, it can't be 1 unless... Let's see. We've got some time. 1, 2 is shaman or drunk. Let's check this again. There's a knitter or a bishop. Okay, so one of these two isn't who they say they are. We've gotten 2 things that have pointed knitter. Interesting. Bishop could just be lying, but then who is next to them? Because we have 2 people that are saying evil pairs. Among 1, 3, and 4, there's a drunk. So maybe no, because if it's drunk, then that doesn't match with that. One pair of evils. I tend to believe 1, 3, and 4. Minion, villager, and outcast. 3 and 4. Who would be my pair? That's my question. My pair. I guess they're just both lying. I think it's 1 and 7. I think they're just both lying. I think that's how it's gonna be. Okay, you're lying. This character is corrupted. Sure. Okay, so we found the drunk. Okay, so 3 and 4 aren't the drunk, so then I guess these 2. No, between 1, 3, and 4, there's a minion, villager, and outcast. So you're actually the drunk, which means that you must be lying because... Right. You must be lying, which means 1, 3, and 4 is the drunk. That means you told the truth, which means I don't know anything about the rest. So 1, 3, and 4 could... None of them can be the outsider. No, this one is the outsider. So 1 is telling the truth and 1 is a minion, I guess. That's what we've got. Knitter or Lilith, then it's 4. There we go. Okay, sorry. Had to work through it for a second there. There's like too many possible worldviews for duplicates, but we got it. Okay. Poisoner, great. One adjacent village is corrupted. Okay. This is the last game. I'm going to do the last game because I said that I was only going to do 3 hours and we're already at 3.5 hours. Okay. Architect, right side is more evil. I wonder if that's inclusive. Bombardier and Knight, amazing. Well, there's really no reason not to try and kill the Knight, right? Ah! Oh, because it's a doppelganger. Well. Yeah, no, we're not, okay. Amazing. Right side is more evil, left side is more evil. Ah, I see. Closest evil is counterclockwise. Okay. Slayer, Knight, Gemcrafter, 5 is good. I believe that. There's my doppelganger. No, corrupted. Ooh, wait, does it actually say that they're corrupted, or is that just... So that's a good question. So they were corrupted, which means this is probably the poisoner. So we're gonna pick that one. Couldn't kill them. Okay, so one of these couldn't kill number 1. But if you were corrupted, that means one adjacent lie in disguise. Oh, there's only one outside of those. So there's probably no, but there's no. Oh, the doppelganger was the Knight. No, doppelganger could be the Knight and corrupted. Is that right? When villager is corrupted. Wait. One adjacent villager. So if they were, so they weren't. Interesting. Bombardier. Well, okay. So you're actually the Knight, which means this was the. This guy's a good villager currently in play. This is where I'm a little bit confused how they were corrupted then. Unless this was... Closest evil is counterclockwise. And they learn equal if they're both equally evil. So the fact that both of them are saying opposites means that they have to be... It's possible that number 5... No, number 5 is good. Okay, puppeteer. Okay, love that. Love that for me. The puppet could be either of those. We can figure that out in a minute. Poisoner then I think must be this one. Yep. Okay. And then I need to find the puppet, and I don't think there's a way to do that. I think I just got a YOLO. Oh no, because number 1 isn't evil, so therefore it's this one. Okay. Okay. Nailed it. Didn't die to the Slayer shot yet. Okay. Amazing. Incredible. Okay, well, I think that's what we're gonna call it. I need to, okay, we'll read this. I'll learn how far I am from the closest corrupted character. Love that. Game start, 1 good villager is corrupted. Pick 1 character. If it is corrupted, learn an evil character. Fascinating. Welcome to my domain. I don't know exactly how this game even works in terms of like, how do runs work? Like, how do I, like, how many games do I have in a run? I don't actually know, like, what, I don't actually know. Welcome to my domain, Killer Gumi. Run is dead forever. Well, infinite? What, just abandon run? No, no. Go to menu. That's what I'm trying to say. Okay, there we go. There we go. Trying to go to menu. Okay, incredible. All right. Well, That was a lot of fun. Thank you all for joining me. I might do some of this on Wednesday because I had a lot of fun and I want to do this some more. Thank you all for joining me. Hold on, we'll go to chatting and I will find someone to raid out to. It feels really weird to be raiding at 3.5 hours. But I have to be a good boy and actually do it. Let's see, who is on right now? Okay. You know what? We'll raid into my brother from another mother. We'll raid into Ultimo. He's playing some Night Rain. Let's see. Yeah, we'll raid into Ulti. Thank you all for joining me. Today I had a lot of fun. I really enjoyed this game. So my friend that recommended this to me was good big brains. Very, very fantastic. Bye everyone. We'll be back on Wednesday at 2 p.m. With some more chatting and probably some Demon Bluff. And then we're also going to be doing movie night on Wednesday. So I'll talk to you then. Bye, boy. Movie night. You should check out Nausea. It's a different take on the genre where you're actually playing against CPU opponents. That's cool. That's a good recommendation. Let me write that down. Okay, sending you out. Bye-bye.